Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Red Wagon Inn. It's good to see you here for our 11th episode. That means we have finished with 10 episodes, which, that's such a big accomplishment, and we're excited to be here and be a part of it. Thank you all for always coming and watching us, and thank you for all of the new people that have joined. We have a pretty big session tonight with a lot of stuff planned, so we'll get into it here real soon. Hey to some of the people that we've definitely seen on here before. Isn't She Classic? Gemzuki, I've seen a lot of people, so hey to everybody who is joining us again. We have some stuff to get back into since we left on quite a cliffhanger for last time, so why don't we go ahead and plan to get right on into that soon. Does that work for everybody?
Such an evil word, cliffhanger.
I like it. It's got such a nice zing to it, doesn't it?
So, yeah.
Nice little zing and pep. Right, so we have a few things that we've got. We've got an amazing set of dice and a really special individual D20 that we're going to be giving away tonight, as well as many bits of fan art that we're going to show here in just a minute as well. So why don't we go ahead and get into what we're going to be playing for tonight, which is, again, we're playing once again for the wildfire relief in America or the Red Cross. So much so that if you haven't told your friends about it, you need to, because the Rybo fam has agreed to donate $5 for every new follower that the stream gets tonight, starting from 7 going to 11 o'clock. So if you want to make my family go broke, go ahead and share the stream with everybody. Do it. Can't wait to see the fam on the streets, but appreciative of all the Dungeons and Dragons people that are watching us.
Then we can go full circle and do a fundraiser for them.
Yeah, that's what it is. So if they donate enough, then the next fundraiser will be about them. Follower on this one. Yeah, that way we get way more people. That way they donate even more. So if you haven't yet, make sure that you follow. With that, we've got a few bits of giveaway things that we want to show here. Which one are we giving away first, Bree? Which one is set to be the first giveaway die?
Whichever one you say first, because we all know that I'm organized enough and already have the giveaway set up.
Of course you do.
It's going to be the Plague Bearer.
Gotcha. Well, then that is from Cross My Heart Dice, which if you haven't seen those yet, they're mighty fine. They look like they got a gear in them. They're green and gold. They are made after Ithka, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. And the Sun Spear.
Ooh, a combo between Ithka, the Emerald Plague, and the Sun Spear. Absolutely gorgeous looking. All I know is that I need to take a cue from them on their photos, because that is absolutely gorgeous with them with the bush there, and that's even pre-inking. That looks awesome. And then we also have another one, which, what's the material of the one from Hedron, Drew? Do you know?
From Hedron Rockworks,
Hedron.
It is petrified wood.
Well, Hedron Rockworks has made an amazing D20 that's got the big red R on it for the Red Wagon Inn, so this seems to be almost a one-of-a-kind die on there, and I'm very jealous of that one.
It absolutely is a one-of-a-kind.
Well, beautiful. Somebody can be the only one to own that one, so we'll be giving those away. First, we'll do the Ithka Emerald Plague and the Sun Spear dice. We'll have those being the first giveaway for the first half of the show, and then we'll have the Red Wagon Inn R for the second half of the show.
And the box has a Red Wagon Inn logo on it.
That's so cool. I didn't even know about that one.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. A few pieces of art to show that people have been sending in, which I think is always awesome. So Scorchy sent one in of Team, which is Team in the pink strawberry dress from last session, and
I love the bow.
Yeah, am I beautiful?
I didn't even notice the bow on the tail until you just said something, Alex, and that's great. We also have from Isn't She Classic, which is just a very sassy looking team there. I like that one a lot for some reason.
Boogie Bones.
Boogie Bones. Speaking of dancing, somebody suggested that this one of Team dancing and doing the thing, I don't know what song they suggested that it's done to, but I'm picturing Blinding Lights by The Weeknd for some reason.
That's Bobo right there. Bobo made that one.
Bobo made that one, and the PNG of you being the guardian of this. I am the Sand Guardian. Poseidon quivers before me.
And that's how I earned my GFY last episode.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hey, when you can reference a vine, it's always worth it.
Was that your first one, Drew?
No. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Deeping Beneath Lasers, whoa, was my very first one. In fact, I think that was episode 2.
Yeah, it was very early on. I thought Drew and Alex were going to compete, but nah, it's the Australians going for the GFYs. Zania still hasn't earned hers yet.
GFY means something different down under.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared to get one.
We have 2 official pieces of art as well from our official artist, Safi-chan, if you haven't seen her stuff yet. The first one is everybody chilling at the beach. Zania in her pink and strawberry dress, Summer in hers, Penguin McCool out in the water, Salt out in the water, Atta running for his life off in the distance. And I like the touch of Robert's boots being there on the side, his garbage boots, not his newly upgraded ones. So I think that one's awesome. As well as, this seems almost like a movie poster for Beach Day, if you were to ask me.
So wholesome.
Ryan, I don't think they're showing on the screen.
Oh, they are.
No, it's on there.
Oh.
You're delayed, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so late. I'm so sorry.
Ooh, she just earned her first GFY. I'm just kidding.
The bar's so low.
Right. I need to give her one. But then Drew also made his piece of art, which I am excited for because I don't have a character that gets a lot of art in these, so it is very exciting to see Robert in his full statue form that you made out of clay. Robert does get a lot of art.
Gets a lot of art. Penguin Von Cool gets a lot of art.
That's not me. That was Penguin Von Cool's character. I mean, like a character. In which case, Robert is awesome. And he's even got the God of Chatter's little necklace on him there. For those of you who are gods of chatter with your Twitch symbol on there. You just blow me away with these, Drew. They're so good looking.
I'm having fun.
Well,
one day I'll finish Salt and Summer. They're the hardest.
Them little rat folks. Just make them this big.
Sense.
It's because you can't keep it still.
That's what it is. Right. We have 2 other things we want to do before we get started in a gesture of international companionship and partnership.
In solidarity with the Australian folks.
Drew is going to take a big old hunk of Vegemite to kick off the stream. So please.
No, he's going to take it in the right way.
He's going to eat it the correct way.
There's no right way. Vegemite's a joke. I mean, international cooperation.
Wow.
Now,
Wait, he took a bite. He took it. He took a bite.
So, Drew, what does it taste like?
Fucking tasty.
Yeah.
Oh, you liar. He's going to turn his camera off.
It's got like a umami kind of taste to it.
Mm-hmm. That's how you eat. That's how you eat Vegemite.
So toasted
That's
bread
how you do
with
it.
butter and some Vegemite?
Show the people the amount. Show the people the
half a
and
fingernail.
That's how you spread Vegemite. You don't be a crazy person and eat it like Nutella. Vegemite is not Nutella. It's like of course you're gonna say wasabi shit if you eat a spoonful of wasabi.
That's the fairest analogy that I've heard about Vegemite.
Safi, I told y'all.
And then the final thing, which is normally every week, I have everybody do a roll-off for who has to do the recap. However, Salt has graciously volunteered to do it this week. This will be his only volunteer time because he's giving us a solid past 10 episode recap. So recap us from the very beginning, Salt, and then we'll get going.
I just want to make sure the rest of the crew's ready.
Almost. My phone.
Right.
I have not been told what's going to happen. I have not vetted this.
Let me know when you're ready, Drew.
Okay.
I've swallowed my cake.
All right.
All right.
Oh, God.
Real
Is
good.
this another rat rap? I swear to God.
We don't even know it, honestly.
Gather round, children. I'm going to tell you an incredible story. The story of how I met your mother.
Oh!
And what a story it is. It has fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, and even miracles. The Salty Road. This book is dedicated to my son, and my son, and my daughter, and my daughter, and my daughter, and my son, and my daughter, and my son, and my daughter, and my son, and my son. This book has been edited by Summer Von Trapp, your auntie guys, in brackets, because someone had to make sure it was the truth that was written. Chapter 1, first 10 episodes. This you know, the years travel fast, and time after time I done the tell. But this ain't one body's tell, it's a tell of us all. And you gotta listen and to remember, Because what your heart hears today, you got to tell your newborns tomorrow. It's looking behind us now into the history back. Your auntie and I had the simpler life back then, juggling to make ends meet and see the world. Yet one fateful day, we ran into Archcleric Xenia, your godmother, and the immortal man of bone, Team, your godfather. This was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. As luck and chat. Quiet, children. Would have it, we managed to acquire one of the most legendary items in the known world, the Sun Spear. Little did we know what we had, but it made us a mortal enemy, one Keynak. I know, children, I know. He was one very angry individual. Rumors say that when he was younger, his brother slipped him some salt into his porridge one morning, and he was never the same again. The forever angry Keynak. This spear, though, held a special place in Team's heart. At this stage of the story, we were not exactly sure what that place was, but we would come to find out later. We then did the special down under tactic of legging it, where we went into the desert because where we're going, we didn't need roads. But on the downside, that led us right into a path of a god, in the middle of the desert. Now the desert wasn't just a one god shop. We fought all manner of beasts, people, and the dreaded cliff. I know, children, I know. But most importantly, we forged a lifetime friendship with the most reverend holy one, Robert, High Apostle of Chat. That's right, little ones. It was time that your auntie and I were introduced to the god that will influence and change us all. For better, for worse, the god of Chat. We traversed the desert, learning the ways to evade the most of the monsters there. Now remember, always walk with that rhythm and it won't attract the invisible salamander. Little did we realize at that time, though, how many people wanted the Sun Spear, for a reason or another, or gods, or bounty hunters, and even the all-fearful cliffs. Everyone wanted the spear, but it was guarded by the Hat Lord, Penman von Kuhl. We made it to Ashbourne, a small town trisecting the desert, the sea, and the forest. And in here did we meet more names that you would recognize. We met a blacksmith of wondrous design, Slip the Fantastic, the designer of the world-renowned glitter bomb, and the pocket barbarian Tingzel. Yes, my little ones, that Tingzel, the world record holder of the Yeta Penguin contest. During this time, we saved the town from a cabal of bandits, and then rescued Chimmy, Churi, and Changa from their evil mother, Ithka. No. Yes, children, it's okay. That was the first time, but not the last, that we came face to face with Ithka. We approached her den, as there was rumors of a falling star. Little did we realize that the evil Cliff was again trying to steal the spear. Then we came face to face and had our first of many epic battles with Ithka.
No.
There was tricks and bravery and all kinds of weaponry, but alas, we finally were defeated, and she stole the Sun Spear from us. She then flew away and said to us, "I'll be back." And then she disappeared. And so became the time of the Emerald Plague. We returned to Ashbourne, and we were initiated into the guild of the Red Wagon Inn. News spread quickly about the Sun Spear, about Ithka, about the cliffs, and about us, and it reached the ears of Keynak. We took a much-needed break, thanking the god of Chat, and celebrating their ways, and Robert, who let us know that we would always have a friend in him. But that break wasn't to last. For we were then found by the ugly and evil Keynak. He was ready to burst down the Red Wagon Inn and take what he believed was rightfully here, the Sun Spear. Chapter 2.
Absolutely wonderful. Golf claps all around. Just good. There's no way I can give any GFY for that, though. Rifled with puns that it was, greater than the sum of its parts. Fantastic job, Alex. If you don't have a point, you can absolutely take it.
I've already added it.
Yeah, okay, fair. There's your GFY. Just kidding. Right. So, that was fantastic. That is a solid recap of the last 10 episodes. And as he said, we ended last with the pervy old man, Valos, who is talking to Keynak, trying to keep him off of you all as Tonar is currently guarding the pathway out to where you all are from the bottom of the Red Wagon Inn. You've recently just come up and out of the tunnel where it is still storming. A big, loud lightning storm going on around you as the rain pours in near sideways as you come out in the back of where the actual stalls are, and you can just hear Keynak roar out in ferocious anger as Valos told him that he would whoop him again if he tries to find you all. So, fantastic recap. Is there anything else that we need to say before we get moving and going on?
I'm going to eat this whole cake. But that's about it.
Good. Good.
I may disappear for a second. It seems like my internet's being weird for the moment, but I'll be right back.
No worries. Oh gosh, our cameras are just gone.
Oh no.
Wow, Drewby.
Oh, no.
I'm Alex.
Oh, no.
I did such a good recap tonight, everyone. Good for me. Let me go.
I'm Drew.
I will.
Why,
I
Drew,
will.
why?
It's a classic. I will do it for chat. I will eat this cake for chat.
For chat, do it for them. Right. Seems like a
Funny
good
that-
place to start then. You are back, Drew. Everybody, grab a chair, grab a drink, and let's have ourselves a fantastic night of Red Wagon Inning. And that is exactly where we left off. Keynak yells out in anger. "Ah!" As he screams, you suddenly hear the door be slammed against a wall. You're not sure whether it was closed or opened with an abrupt display of force. You all currently cannot see what's going on at all as you are still on the back half of where the inn is. The rain pouring down the beach right nearby. What are we doing? Robert is out there with all of you. Just closed the hatch nearby, covered it again with straw as you were in the closed off stalls that are here on the back edge of the inn. What are we doing?
Is it possible for Zinnia to get her bottle she left on the beach?
Yeah, if you'd like to run over there and grab it, you definitely could.
We're currently hidden, aren't we?
Yeah. Right?
Also, congrats, Think Creative. I just saw that. That's great news. They got hired, so awesome for them. Regardless of being in the middle of things, that should be celebrated, so congrats to that. Yes, you are currently behind the inn. They are off, so if you are on the back end of a square, right? If you're on the back end of a rectangle, if you were to go out to the other side to go get your bottle, there's a possibility that they could see you. So if you're going to do so, it comes to mind that it might be good to do it stealthily. It's not a guarantee. You're not going to walk right by them and high-five them, good game, but it is possible that they could see you.
Send the rat.
Oh, I mean, yeah, would you two, any of you mind getting my lightning bottle for me? I left it on the beach.
If that's what you'd like me to do, I can run over there.
Could you? It's kind of important.
Okay. You don't have to ask me twice. And I
Oh no.
So-
Realize you
Stealth
also
over.
have 3 GFYs.
So you're going to run over to pick up the
I'm
lightning
gonna
bottle?
stealth over. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Great. Go ahead and roll me a stealth roll.
Oh, nat 20
Ooh, nat 20. Go fuck
with a brie
yourself.
dice.
Oh,
All right,
hate to use
3
it
nat
on
20s, brie. Let's do this.
3
All
nat
right.
20s. Okay.
Nat 1. I'm using my inspiration.
You got to use it right after you get it tonight.
Oh, for sure. Otherwise, I can't get more. All right.
True.
17 plus numbers is 23.
17 plus numbers. I'll keep it for there. And for those who are keeping count, I currently have 3 GFYs. Salt has 2 now, and Summer has 2 now.
I'll get them back.
Right. 17 plus 9, you said?
Plus 6, so 23.
6, sorry. I was like, how did he get 9 this early? All right, 6. Right, so Salt...
My acrobatics is 9.
Oh, hey. It is very, very dark out, but you're going to use this to your advantage. You're used to the darkness. As overhead you see bright white flashes of light before you quickly you use the sound of the lightning and the thunder around to hide and run over to the beach. In doing so, you look back briefly and you see Keynak's caravan begin to enter inside the Red Wagon Inn. You don't know what news that spells, good or bad, but you no longer see Keynak standing at the front of the door. As you rush over to the beach that is nearby, you hear the heavy, heavy surf of water as both the rain and the wind are pushing waves heavily onto the shore. Roll me a perception to see. She's never actually used this bottle around you. See if you can find out what it is, where it is.
Well, that's not a bad roll. Considering I only get a +1 perception, that's 17.
17. Zania, roll me a perception.
Oh, 14 plus 6. So dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you see Salt looking around trying to find your lightning in a bottle item, you're loath to yell out to him as you might give away your position, so you just hope that he does. But you see him turn to the right, and Salt, as you're looking around in the sand, you see just right before the waves are about to crash up against this lightning in a bottle here, you see an empty bottle there on the beach. Zania, the hairs on your arm begin to stand up right on end as Salt... You see an empty bottle. It seems to be what Zania had described. You rush over there, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Roger that.
Oh dear.
That's good. 15 plus numbers is 18.
18, solid. That's still pretty good numbers. As you rush over there, you look up to see white light in the sky before a burst of lightning crashes down onto the glass bottle right before you get over there. Seeing that it's coming down, you jump out of the way as best you can, and so you shield yourself from being directly in the water where this lightning strike would have happened and caused serious damage, and instead you only take a small chunk of damage. You are going to take 8 points of lightning damage as this bolt of lightning erupts over this glass piece. You cover yourself in Salt, Summer, team... not Salt. Zania, Summer, team, Robert, you all suddenly see right nearby where Salt was a crash of lightning onto the beach. You kind of cover your eyes before looking over.
I bet you it was that tail enhancement.
Say what now?
It was my tail enhancement.
That's what it is. Shouldn't have had the metal umbrella thing, essentially. As Salt, you look back, you're stunned, and some of your rat fur hair is a little bit singed, but alive. You think the unfortunate that bottle must be gone, but you look back, and instead what you see is a small glass vial, which once was empty, is now filled and cap on with a small bit of blue lightning that seems to be ricocheting against the inside of the bottle there, trying to fight its way out.
I do have one quick question about that lightning.
Quick answer.
With my dex and that, could I have seen that coming? So could I have used my uncanny dodge to half the damage?
I would say no. People generally don't know when lightning is coming. Zania might be able to just from her worship, but probably not you.
Done. All right, no problem. I quickly pick up the bottle and go and leg it out of here because I don't want to be hit again.
Great. You run, you grab the bottle. As you pick it up, it's kind of hot to the touch after having been recently struck by lightning. And there's a bit of glass in the ground, almost making like a funnel down where the lightning struck into the wet sand into the ground, causing there to be this crystalline structure. You pick up the bottle. What are you doing? You heading back?
Yes, I am going. Oh, that looks pretty.
They do look pretty.
Yes, I'm going to grab it with my tail.
Okay, with your tail, you reach into the sand and try and pull it up. It seems to be that this lightning strike hit deep within the sand. You're going to have to use your strength to try and pull this thing out if you want to take some time to get it out of the ground.
Okay, so it's not moving really quickly. I'm gonna leave it because I'm more worried about the lightning.
Sounds good.
And come back for later.
You undo your tail and run back over. Roll me another stealth check, unless you're trying to just leg it out of there.
No, I'll definitely. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely stealth still.
Okay.
That's not a bad roll. 10 plus stealth is 16.
16. As you're trying stealthily but quickly to get back over, laying low to the ground as the rat folk that you are, you look over to the side, and again, now all of Keynak's caravan appears to be inside the inn. You hear shouting, now muffled, coming from behind the closed door before you run back to the group. All of you see Salt is slightly glowing as it appears some of the fur on the side of him is still a little bit singed.
He's back.
I was
back.
so quick that I think I summoned lightning and it ended up in the bottle.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to heal him with some Cure Wounds first level.
Ooh, beautiful. How much are you healing him for?
Sorry. Thank you, though. Oh, 7 plus 3, 10 points.
There you go. Back to full. Like the lightning never happened. As
Sorry.
I actually
Zinnia,
had some damage, but I am back to full, yes.
you
Yay.
reach your paws out as you grab your item from him, stick it in your pack, and reach him by the shoulders. Again, red, glowing, radiates from your paws and down into Salt. Your fur seems to immediately be unsinged and no longer standing up like static electricity makes it as it falls back into its normal, flowy fur.
As I take it, I'm just going to say this is going to come in real handy someday. Thank you so much.
It looks pretty. And there's this really cool, like lightning in the sand that's gone hard over there. But it's a bit too heavy for me to really pull out quickly. So maybe we can look at it later. It looks really, really, really fancy.
Is that something that lightning usually does? Get stuck in the sand?
I've seen it before. It causes really, pretty melted glass almost.
Yes, I think the term is fulgurate. But with that being said, I would like to scan around and try and get my bearings on where I was told Dane would be.
Okay. Roll a perception works for that.
Perception.
Is he at the temple? Is that right?
That's what he was told, yeah. This is more to see if you can find that temple from your location in the dark.
Yeah.
Say 17 plus 0.
17 plus 0, so 17. Team, you quickly take a look around. The storm is blowing very, very heavily, and water beginning to fill your eye sockets as you dip your head out the side of the building there, just trying to find where it is. You see a familiar hill that seems to go upward. You recall that is where the temple was before. However, you could be lost, but that seems to be where you would remember it to be. You can't see it based off of the rain that's kind of obscuring your vision past maybe about 100 feet.
We need to go this way.
Okay, let's go. As Robert picks up his spear that he kind of set down when he was crawling the rest of the way through the
Before
tunnel.
Robert goes, Team's going to put his hand on his chest and hold him back and look around the corner and make sure none of Keynak's rest of his caravan's with him. Still outside.
Where you all are looking up towards where the actual, the temple is, where the dwarves have kind of stationed themselves on the top of this cliff and hill that's up there. You walk to the other side, so the right side is where that kind of temple and hill is, and on the left side is where the entrance to the inn is, so you walk back over to the other side saying, hold on. So you look back over. Salt, similar to what you saw before, there doesn't appear to be anybody waiting outside of the door, but you're hearing louder and louder voices.
Should we be worried?
Yep. That sounds bad. Right? Sounds like
What do we
Pretty
do?
bad.
We have these A's on us now.
We go find Dane and let him know, and we will do what he wants us to do.
Right.
Okay,
Let's give it down. Get out of here.
yeah.
Oh, also, somebody's doing $10 per 13 GSX Zerfina. Giserfina is what I'm going to call you. Also, thank you, Giserfina. That's awesome. Wonderful person.
What, my die that rolls 13?
My all 13 die. My dad must have that one.
Friday the 13th die.
Friday, yeah, very spooky. Right, who's going where? What are we doing?
Show me the direction, team, and I'll take point if you want.
Beautiful. Team, looks back over around the side and he says, "Come on, come on." As he points you upwards towards where the hill is. Both of your visions slightly obscured. However, in this darkness, Robert is going to kind of have to be guided. Luckily, you know, whenever it flashes lightning, how you can kind of see every now and again, but Robert is definitely going to need guidance.
I'm gonna hold Robert's hand, and I'm gonna sing him a little song and go, "Sneaky, sneaky, be so sneaky, 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 be so sneaky," and give him bardic inspiration. Because I'm assuming he has some pretty unquiet armor on right now.
Robert begins singing with you. Sneaky, sneaky, be so sneaky. Is this a mantra of yours? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but quiet.
Sneaky, sneaky, so sneaky.
Be so sneaky. Yeah,
As Summer kind of holds his hand as the two of them begin walking towards the temple. Salt, you're taking point, you said? Okay, Zinnia team, how are y'all following?
On the tail end to just kind of watch the back.
Okay, team?
Who's tailwind?
Okay, sounds good. Salt, as you begin leading people further towards this hill that leads up towards this cliffside, as you're walking it, you start to recognize some of the structures that you had seen before. You have to skirt a few tiny homes and huts that are here, mostly stone and dwarven made, just for one or two families, very, very small in size. There's maybe about 5 or 6 of them that go on their way up, and there's a few dwarvish archways that are there. You could take this main road, however, it also seems like there is a back path that you could take as well. Being that you are a rogue and kind of leading, I would guess what you'd like to do, but I'd like for you to make that call. Are you going to try and take the road, try and go behind everyone?
Let's go the back path.
It's kind of what I figured, but I just wanted to double check on that one. So
this way, guys.
Salt, you kind of point them around on the left side as they go upwards. Most of the windows of all of these homes are closed, and if not boarded shut, at least their shutters completely locked so that none of this rain and heavy wind gets inside their rooms right now. As you're getting closer up towards the top of the hill, you actually see a light coming from a structure that is quite bright up there. And as the light kind of helps illuminate, you begin to see the stonework of the temple that is on top of this cliffside hill here. Getting up further, there's also what appears to be new construction on this temple. It's kind of an amalgamation here. Half of the temple appears to be this kind of old, almost human architect that has this kind of colored stained glass on the right side of it. However, the larger left half of the temple appears to be quite large, very almost having like crenellations and dwarvish-esque structures built for defense, as it were. A very dwarvish stone, where the old one is just very old, unworking stone. But you see a light coming off from the backside of the temple there, seeming to illuminate it as a whole. This temple's quite big, what you would generally think as a large temple of religious worship. Not like city large, but for a small town large. And it's got 2 large wooden opening doors at the front of it. You can see several flowers and things that are planted out here on the outside before. As you get up towards this side, you can see that you've been climbing up a little bit further than you previously thought. This temple seems to be sitting on what is the edge of maybe about a 150 foot cliff that leads down and over the farmland towards the northern side of town. Also, who is doing $5 for 6s? Drew. Hey. Oh, thank you, Drew. You're a good guy too. Beautiful. So, yeah. What are we doing? So, you're leading everyone.
I'm going to look back at the team and just sort of question, is that the direction we're going to go?
Uh-huh.
Team, you get back up on the hill, looking over. Pretty much the only lights you can see from here right now. Most people have their lights closed and their windows boarded and shut. You can see a bit of light coming from the Red Wagon Inn as they have a large fire in their large hearth that's kind of illuminating through their thicker windows. They have to have thicker windows being that they're right next to the beach. They're used to have to dealing with some of this kind of weather.
I thought you were saying the Red Wagon Inn was on fire.
It's on fire. No, just kidding.
Yes, I believe this is the way.
Okay. I'll head off again.
Okay. Where are you headed to? Are you heading to the doors of the temple, around the side? Where are we going?
Straight towards the temple doors.
Great. You run on up. The wind, especially here at the top of this cliff, is getting pretty heavy. This must be some sort of tropical storm blowing in. Summer and salt, you're finding it kind of hard to even not be blown away in your small size and your, little weight that you have to help keep you down to the ground. Also, hi, Rebel Mom. Good to always have you. As you get up to the door, there's big, large brass knockers on the front of this door. Not big, large brass knockers. Door soundy brass things, whatever they're called. Different dwarvish structures have those, but these are the.
I was laughing at Bree's face because when you said it.
It didn't do anything to me. I was like, cool. They didn't say anything until Bree's like.
Boobs.
Boobs. Right. For salt.
Look what I can do with a calculator. Sorry.
8,085. Flip it upside down. Salt, you run up to the brass rings on the front of the door and pull it back and knock on there. You hear a kind of echo from the inside. This must be a large, empty kind of area there. You hear nothing but the sound of heavy, heavy rainfall falling over all of you where you're currently at.
Robert, bang on the door.
Robert takes his fist, instead of using the the brass rings and slamming it on the door, he begins just punching on the door like, "Hey, let us in!" Rybomom, I got you covered on that, so that we can figure out the new number of people. Also, Bree, if you could mark who the original number of followers are at the beginning of the stream, it'd be wonderful.
I can get a total number of
beautiful.
followers from this stream. Yeah.
Got it right there.
Analytics.
Yay. Right. So, also, thank you, Mom. I told everybody about the Rybo family donation, and it was much appreciated. Y'all rock. So, Robert, let me in. As before, not long after that, you see the temple door open for, all right, hold your horses, as this older gentleman with a big, long gray beard, dwarvish in nature, old kind of very, very thin gray hair that seems to go down just about to the same length of his beard. It goes around, both of them tucking into his belt line there. He has this big, tall kind of walking stick. He's like, hey, hold your horses, hold your horses. Isn't there a storm out there? What are you doing up here in the temple?
What is Dane?
Oh, Dane. My nephew's probably out back.
Start going out back.
You all, team with no other word, begins walking around the other side of the back. Salt, Summer, Zinnia.
I'm sticking with team.
Same thing. As soon as he says, my nephew's out back, y'all, without a word, walk away from him and meet up. You hear a dwarvish voice.
I think Zinnia said thank you.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
then, yeah, he's like, hey, no problem. Your friends are in an awful hurry. His voice gets drowned out into the rain there. Before you head around to the back end of the temple here, doing so gets you uncomfortably close to the edge of the cliff here, especially with your seasoned past with cliffs. There's only at one point maybe about a 8-foot wide gap there that you have to kind of walk through. It's not really that big a deal even in normal days, but you still slide across just for general peace of mind. You start to see where the light is coming from off to the other side here. As you round the corner, you see not only is there a huge light, there's big billows of smoke, and you can start to hear what you thought might have been rolling thunder in the distance is... There seems to be a large forge that is not even shut down right now, that is still working with a big stone roof over it that seems to have been carved into part of the temple here. Off as you're going around again, what you thought might have been rolling thunder or cracks of lightning, you begin to hear, which are large hammer strikes as you see two dwarves hard at work on steel here within the forge as the wind and the rain blows to the other side. One of which is, as you recognize, Dane onto the side there. He seems to be holding the metal for another dwarf with black hair pulled back into a bun on the side and a big furrowed black beard in a bun similar to the top of his head there, as the other one with the hammer keeps whacking at it, as he's trying to lift and kind of turn the metal. They're basically doing two-person smithing at this point. The forge in itself, though, incredibly large. You can see several huge bits of metal, big enough for great axes or great swords, sticking out of the forge in its current form. The rain falling onto the fire seeming to immediately evaporate, not doing anything to slow the fires of this forge down here, as a huge bellow seems to be bellowing itself into the forge, keeping the fires going as you turn around the corner. These two dwarves don't seem to pay you any mind as they're hard at work. Ting, ting, ting.
Ow, it looks like one of those law forges.
Loosely based on true events. We'll give you a GFY for that one. That's a good product bracelet.
I know Team's gonna be doing that classic like cartoon run and slide to get up to Dane.
As you slide over, as you get closer to them, they are currently under a stone roof. It's just that their forge is not, but they are sitting dry and fine under here. As Team slides in over, everybody else kind of following suit and getting under the roof and sticking out in the dry part of it now. However, Zinnia, are you also getting under the roof?
I think she would kind of lag and kind of
Dawdle to the side a little bit.
yeah.
That's kind of what I
But-
figured.
Listening.
Just making sure I know you. As Zinnia
Yep.
stands just at the edge, rather than getting out of the rain, you're actually standing on the part of the roof where the water kind of splashes over you, almost more like a waterfall at this point, where it's hitting you even further than it was before. You've given up on keeping your now strawberry dress dry. You're just enjoying the rain at this point. As you all kind of round the corner, Dane looks over. Says, I didn't. Hold on, Okri. Just put it in the fire. Hello. We thought we were gonna have you some weapons ready for tomorrow. I wasn't thinking you were coming by so soon.
I'm gonna interrupt him by saying, Keynak, he said, the Red Wagon
The
Inn.
Red Wagon is under attack, under attack, under attack.
Wait. Hold on. You hear the other dwarf be like, Keynak's at the Red Wagon Inn right now. So he's like, this is more serious than you know. Keynak's at the inn. My inn,
he's
here.
bad.
You're
In
in
Even if
Asheville.
the inn is left. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening to the inn.
All right, what's he doing? What you said attack. He wouldn't dare attack the inn.
Well, it kind of seems like he was pretty aggressive. That creepy old halfling dude, he was like, you can't come in here, I'll whoop your ass like I did before. And then they sent us, Fabiork sent us down through a secret tunnel and told us, fancy orc.
I think she's speaking
No.
of Tonar.
Fabiork.
I find
What
it.
an orc, what an orc, what an orc, what a mighty good orc.
I find it funny that you call him Fabi Orc or Fancy Orc, but either way, Valos is talking to Keynak right now. That
I don't know if they're
Yeah.
talking anymore. There was weapons.
Yeah, not here at the Red Wagon Inn. They're not here. They're at the Red Wagon Inn.
Shit. Keynak wouldn't dare do anything at the inn. It's fine, but Valos might rile him up. As he seems to grab an axe that was off to the side, one very similar to what you had seen before. He pulls the big battle axe and throws it on over his shoulders. He grabs a shield with a big giant M emblazoned on the side of it. He says, okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes tops. You all just... Are you alright? Did they hurt you?
No, they Fabiork got us out before they came in. They
Torna.
knocked. They knocked. That's
I-
weird, right? Like, who knocks at an inn?
That is strange. I give you that. All right,
There
this
was
doesn't
weapons
spell
and
good
threats
news.
And lost screen going on.
Sorry, what did you say, son? You seem to break up in the middle of a storm. Meaning, you started getting all buzzy from the internet.
Man, the
Yeah.
storm's
Oh,
like in real life.
everyone
It's
went
crazy.
buzzy for a second. Yeah.
Oh, it's
It was
storming.
electrifying.
Yeah. What'd you say, Alex?
I was just solidifying, going, and there's weapons and crazy people, and there's yelling, and oh my god, we're free.
All right. Just,
There's a glitch in the matrix.
oh man, internet is real rough. I don't know what be
And
going
the
on.
electricity.
Australia is not connecting because I'm seeing Drew and Jackie just fine at like full frames per second. But either way, something on the international highway of data. Hopefully it fixes itself up. It's the lightning. We're really role playing hard. As Dane, have you talked to him? Does he know you're here?
Well, we can assume so. He's asking for his spear, and he says that he knows we are here.
He doesn't. He knows we've been at the inn, but he doesn't know that we're like here at the temple.
He is actively looking for us.
All right. I think it's best that you all stay here. And go see what I can do. Have a word with the Red Lizard and see what he wants. See if I can calm him down. There's no sense in this. It's dinner time. We don't fight during supper time. You all right here for a moment? My cousin's very hospitable.
Yeah.
You look over and see the dwarf with the black hair and kind of buns on both sides. Just kind of gives you a nod. He's like, all right. I didn't. He kind of touches his mohawk up a little bit before he walks under the rain. You see the rain immediately start to cause his mohawk to kind of like limp over to the side as you hear him curse him. He's like, God's nabbit, as he walks off into the darkness around the other side of the temple, heading down towards the bottom. You see the other dwarf kind of stoking some of the metal in the forge off to the side as he pulls it off and takes a look at it as he looks back over at you all and says, any of you have a experience in the forge?
I'm gonna follow him
You're going to follow Dane then?
sneakily.
Great. Team Summers and Nia, what are y'all doing as Salt walks off into the rain?
Do we see him go?
Are you trying to be sneakily even to your friends or sneakily
No,
behind Dane?
I'll let Summer know. Going, I'll keep an eye on him.
But every time we split up, bad things happen.
This is also a fair point. You still have your feather beard that...
I do for sure.
But also, Soul. Hey, Soul.
Yeah.
We need somebody that has forge experience, and you have that hammer. It's probably pretty important that you stay here and help keep the forge running.
Yeah, I just need somebody to hold the metal. I'm not asking his scrawny arms to be hidden in the Forge of Glory.
And I really don't want you to die.
Forge of glory.
Aye. He
Mm-hmm.
takes a piece
I'm
of
an
the hot
apprentice
metal and you can
blacksmith.
see a sign up there made out of steel just kind of bolted to the edge of the wall that says Forge of Glory, and it's kind of tempered many different forge colors as he hits it with the metal on the side. Yep. Don't really need your forge in here. I just need somebody to be holding the metal if you're going to sit up here. Might as well not waste my time.
Let me, and I go over to Salt and try and really quickly braid his feather beard
It's
so that it
completely
doesn't catch on fire.
Okay. You go over and you start grabbing the feathers onto the side. Luckily, for Salt, most birds' feathers have some bit of water resistance to them, and so a lot of the water has fallen off. However, feathers don't have much braid support, and so as you do this, Salt, it feels like you are a chicken who you are currently getting your feathers plucked as they're getting slightly tightened. It really, really hurts as she's tightening it down.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I've never worked with feathers before.
Oh, I can tell. Oh.
Penguin has kind of more of like a silky coat than feathers.
The dwarf's like, even if it wasn't feathers, which, by the way, might be nice, but even if it's just a beard, you don't tug on a beard, it hurts.
But to braid it, you braid your beard, right? How'd you get yours in that funny little knot?
Yeah, you do a little puff up, and then you tie it from there. You don't just go pull and, it's not good.
Okay, I'm sorry. I haven't had a beard before. I try and replicate a feather reverse top knot.
We can try to get you a beard, sis.
Is that
Pretty
something
cool.
that rat folk grow, is feathers on their beards?
I guess so.
Might be interesting, As this conversation is going on, Robert looks over to Zinnia and kind of, Zinnia, you're basically just kind of like basking in the rainwater at this point as Robert comes over and says, there's a room over here. You can get out of the...
Oh, I don't know. I kind of enjoy the rain, but I should hide a little bit, shouldn't I? Just in case.
I mean, it's up to you. You seem fine, but if you're trying to be polite, there's plenty here.
Sorry, isn't she classic? Zinnia is off in her own music video. No, I don't know. You're right. I should join you all. And she's gonna go into the shade and then do the shake where she tries to get all the water off.
Zinnia does the kind of cat shake and dog shake where all the water just whoosh comes off all in one go.
And then
Slow
she's
motion.
with the dress on, but then she'll also fix her mohawk so it's standing back up again.
You know Dane's plight all too well, Zinnia.
I was trying to resist getting a GFY with the rains fall down.
So good resistance.
But it's raining lightning. Hallelujah.
Oh.
Well, and when you hold the piece of metal there, just gotta get moving on a few hammers cousin wants to be making.
Team doesn't get hot.
Right, well,
Yes, but I would also rather not be next to giant smashing hammer. Robert, would you mind helping him?
oh, there's no problem. He picks up just a large chunk of metal. He's like, "It's here, he kind of swaps over for the hard one. He just hold it right here on the anvil. I'll do the hitting." As Robert's like, "Okay." So he kind of helps line it up there. As suddenly, what looked like he's a burly dwarf. He's obviously a smith. He's got smithing arms. What looks to be no effort at all. Sparks go flying as he does this. You can tell it's kind of like a drummer who's been playing the drums for like 20 years. It looks effortless, but there's so much strength behind his blows when he does it. The metal begins to move so incredibly quickly as he takes that big hunk of metal and starts laying it out in a sheet and begins kind of kink, 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 flipping it upwards and folding it in on itself. You've heard steel like this before. It's far stronger than normal steel, and it's impressive as you get to see a master really do his work here. What's
I'm gonna
everybody
go
doing?
from apprentice blacksmith to a master blacksmith.
He's,
I pull out my little hammer.
you pull out your limb. He's like, "Yeah, fine, come here." He's like, "You see this? It's up like an L right now. You're gonna have to use both hands to move this, but just whack it down so that it folds in on itself there."
I give it a whack.
Roll a strength roll.
14 plus 0 is 14.
14. As you do so, it takes both arms to ging, ging. After about 5 hits, you see it move just maybe 2 or 3 degrees. As you're like, yes. He's like, hey, not bad, child, not bad. As you see him, what looks like he's just tapping it like a stoneworker would do chisel. It begin to kink, 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 move very, very quickly. Years of experience as it goes down, as he slams it back down onto the other side. He kind of gives you and shows you some of the ropes of how this is working. This is a forging 201 instead of 101, as you are kind of learning for here, as everyone's sitting around the forge. What is everybody doing? This is taking several minutes of your time. You haven't heard back on anything. What's everybody wanting to be doing during this time, as Robert and Salt are helping this dwarf forge in the Forge of Glory?
I'm assuming we can't see the inn from where we are, right?
No, currently you're faced away from the inn.
Is there a position where we can see both the forge and the inn at the same time?
There's that kind of small little gapway that's, again, about 8 feet wide. If you want to be able to see the inn, you're going to have to go back to where you're on the front part of the cliff. You wouldn't be able to see the forge from here. However, this seems to be the only viable way to actually get to the forge. So if you go look at the inn, you might not have to worry about the forge, etc., but you will be wet.
How long's it been?
Right now, maybe about 5 minutes so far.
Okay, so he said he'd be back in 10.
You have basically just begun to really kind of work on a few things here.
Zinnia's gonna go ahead and stand at the front anyways and see if she could see anything. She doesn't mind being wet.
Zinnia heads back on out into the rain as you walk over, trying to get a good look at the inn. Because it is raining, you actually, again, Tempest Cleric have a better shot at seeing things, so go ahead and roll me a perception at advantage.
Yeah. Oops, that's a
As Drew
D12.
turns into a puff of mist, gray and slightly brown.
Oh, natural 20!
Hey, nat 20, solid.
Oh, +6. Oh, yes. So.
Yeah, try GFY that one, Ryan.
I can't. See, Zania does not ever earn her GFYs, but we'll get her one day. We'll get her
I
one.
was gonna.
I'm a kind person. I'll give Zinnia one of my GFYs. It's fine.
I think I
Good
almost
for
got
you.
one last year, though, when Team was like, that way, and I was like, I was gonna say, show me the way, but I didn't say it, so.
I almost did the same. Don't feel bad. This is the way.
Right.
Someone hears a whisper from chat and gets Penguin out of the hat.
Yeah, Penguin comes out before he dumps back into the hat. He more just grabbing a quick breath, seeing the rain, doesn't necessarily want to get wet here. However, you can pull him out of the hat if you're wanting him out of the hat.
Penguins hate water.
Notorious anti-water creatures.
That's
He goes
okay.
back
I
down
will.
in there.
I'll leave the hat standing open so he can get out, go in and out as he wishes.
Sounds good. Zania, you see the inn. You see lights that are on from inside, the great fire that was inside on the hearth, lighting up the interior of the inn. From where you're at, it's maybe 500-600 feet away and downhill. You're lucky that you're experienced in storm sightings as you're looking through the lightning overhead, striking and the thunder rolling nearby. It's a very Texas storm. A lot of lightning that just kind of goes along the clouds at the top. You looked out. There appears to be a window broken down at the inn. You can't see anyone outside. Maybe it's too dark to be able to see that from where you're at. However, the window that is out y'all's direction is broken and shattered. And so you see the light pour out from it better than it does out of the other windows.
Okay, she's gonna probably stay there for a couple minutes more. Anything else?
We'll pause there as you're kind of still chilling there then. Salt, you're still working at the Smith. Summer, you kind of set the hat down there. Team, what are you doing?
Team's just kind of sitting there thinking that, are we taking the coward's way out? On not just confronting Keynak?
Are you saying this out loud?
No, it's
Okay.
more so in his mind at the moment, but like in what he's thinking right now is that they might be taking the coward's way out and that they have the protection of the inn. He feels like he should be there.
Okay.
That same thought is also like in the back of Zinnia's mind. She feels kind of guilty. Also considering she has the dragon's axe, she thought about maybe giving that to Keynak. He hasn't said this to anybody though.
Mhm.
Or kind of maybe an option to give this to him as a resolve in a sorts.
Got ya. As Team and Zania, you keeping watch, but also sitting in the rain, just pondering your own thoughts. And Team, you observing your friends here at this, again, relative moment of peace here at the forge. As the dwarf's like, right, no, you're going to need some flux. Hand me that bottle over there. As Salt, you continue to help him work in the forge there. After another few minutes, Zania, you see Dane run out from the inn, as you didn't catch him before, but you see him running closer and up the actual walkway here, the road coming up to the top of the cliff. Without his axe, without his shield, he's kind of jogging to get here quickly. Yeah. Oh, also, somebody says, by the way, Rybonator, our username on where you found the Die Hard Dice. Oh, awesome. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Die Hard Dice is an awesome company. He's kind of sprinting up to your location, up to the top of the hill there through the rain.
Does he look hurt?
No, not from... he's still maybe about 100 feet off or so. He seems to be fine. He's not running, like, for his life or anything. He's just running quickly to get to your location.
I'll wait to meet him.
Okay. Dane jogs up and gets up to you before he... All right. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The Red Lizard's pretty pissed. And he's got a good argument. A right good one.
What is it?
He's just with Zinnia
I'm not
right
there.
now. Yeah.
Not there.
He's got a right good argument, and
And what would that be?
he stole the spear. It was his property, and you stole it from him.
Well, anyone know where he got it from? Because we know that belonged to someone else before him.
Yeah, right, as all things do. When somebody dies, it's not theirs anymore. He makes good arguments, is all I'm saying. I managed to calm him down, which... Calm is not really the word I want you to use about it. But he is... paused, is the best way to put it. He wants to find you all. I have not told him that you were here. I told him that I would come up and speak to my seers here in the town, family that I have, and see if they knew where you were.
What do you think the benefit is of us going over there? Do you think it would make the situation worse?
Depends who you ask and who for. Keynak attacking anyone in the inn would be an open act of aggression against the guild. We have charters across Asterion, even in the Scorch. It's a bad move on his part. However, I mean, he's a bit of a celebrity in his town and across the world. I don't mean that to be that he is gaudy or that people give him undue praise. He's earned it. He's fought his way up to earn the reputation that he's gotten. People would follow him, and that's bad for the guild. It's bad for you. It's bad for me. I'm not in the business of lying. Don't like it, never have.
Not asking you to.
Right. So I'm going to tell him that you're here. I would give you the option of if you want to be here when I tell him that, or if you want to have this head start to be gone.
Personally, I don't think we should constantly be on the run from someone. I think that just makes things worse as time goes on. So I think it'd be best if we consulted with everyone else first before I make a decision for all of us.
Look, you have the full backing of the guild, at least from the leaders here in this charter. I cannot speak for some of the lesser members that either have just joined, haven't really proved their devotation yet, but it's not in a good situation.
How long have you known Keynak?
Oh, long time. He's older than he looks. I've known him nearly 100 years now.
Do you think you would care about having a dragon's axe? And I would shout the axe.
As, yeah, you kind of off the back, he's like, all right, well, if he don't, I would, but he's not much of an axeman, but, you know, hey, we can all learn things. I don't think the axe of a dragon, you know, replaces the spear of a god king.
To me, a tool is a tool. I don't see the difference much. The thing does what it does. But sure.
I see you.
But could we consult everyone else before you tell Keynak?
Let's talk to your group. I suggest you make a decision. If I'm here too long, I think something's up.
Okay. Am I going to head over to the back?
You and Dane walk back over to the other side as you're in the midst of smithing something. Dane comes over, hair kind of down off to one side. He says, Okri, give us a moment, cousin. Head inside. I'll keep the forge running. But this is guild business. I need to talk to him for just a moment. All right, off I go. He takes the bar from Robert and throws it into the forge kind of haphazardly. You thought like you were making this ultimate piece of steel, but he seems to throw it like it's dime a dozen into the forge there. For Okri walks back, he takes a small kind of cloak that he pulls over his head to walk around to the other side of the building and into the temple before Dane comes back over and relays essentially what he did to Zinnia to you all, that Keynak's not happy, and basically word for word what he said to Zinnia.
Oh, that's not good. Should we go down that secret tunnel and like get the heck out of here?
Secret tunnel.
Isn't there like a tunnel in the tomb?
Tomb.
I mean, you don't know where we're going.
No, from what you're saying, no, I don't know where you're going. What tunnel and tomb are you talking about?
No tomb, no tunnel, just a wormy way.
Oh, the great... the passage the worm made. Yeah. If you need that passageway, I can give it to you.
But don't you want to not lie? So we're not going to take that passage.
You can take the passageway. I'm not going to lie and say that you weren't here, but there is a secret tunnel in town. Personally, I mean, problems will follow you to the ends of the earth. You all know that with the flying dragon problem that you have currently, but I understand picking your fights as well. And this would be a big fight from a big man.
Yeah, I understand all of that. It didn't sound very big at all to me, and
We are getting some huge lightning storm interference here from your side and mine. Hey, there's a big storm across the U.S. right now, so it's probably on mine. But what?
So we'll take the secret tunnel, I guess.
Oh, am I?
Maybe
glitched
Keynak can
out?
help
Am I
us.
still
Maybe
glitched out?
Keynak
Am I
can
here?
help us.
Yeah, I mean, you're there. You're a little robot-y. I don't really know what's happening between everybody. We've got good internet here, I swear.
Well, that's why I was going to
There you
laugh.
go,
I
you're
have really
back.
good. Okay, cool, awesome. Because I didn't get to hear anything you just said except for. I was like,
No,
well,
that's what I said. He was doing his
gotcha,
dwarf
gotcha.
rap, similar to the rat rap.
Cool.
I learned it in dwarvish.
Can we
I'm
change
Method
the region
Man.
in the Discord? Will that help?
I don't know. Either way, I can't do anything, because if I do, the stream will get cut down. But Dane basically, said, like, hey, I can show you the tunnel. Some of these problems they tend to follow you. But I understand picking your battles as well.
Maybe Keynak can help us.
I hate to do
Maybe.
that.
I don't know. How likely do you think it is that he's going to just murder us?
He can try.
He's not going to do anything in my inn, I'll tell you that. But
Mm.
outside of the
When-
walls of Ashburn, I cannot guarantee anything.
So here is our issue: is that we will always be on the run from him, no matter what.
You would.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather be running than dead.
Legging it works.
You know, being dead isn't so bad, but
Yeah, but you're not dead the way that rats...
Discord just did a solid reset. Don't know what happened there, but okay. Hey,
Looks good.
everything's
yeah,
better
it
now.
looks
so-
great.
Yeah.
We're on the west now. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, hey, that worked way better.
You changed the region?
Yeah, we're west now.
Yeah.
Everything
Oh.
looks much clearer. Everything
So much
is
cleaner.
not lagging.
Fantastic.
Look at
Yes.
us.
Yeah,
Sorry.
There we go.
No, perfect.
I know some stuff sometimes. Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie.
This is going to be a problem we will constantly deal with. And without the protection of people like Dane in the Red Wagon Inn, we will not survive out in the wild if he finds us.
I
So why
kind of
not
have
confront him now?
kind of have to agree.
Robert is off to the side, currently T-bowing it, kneeled down, praying to his god, as I've asked chat what Robert should think about this situation.
I mean, if he's coming here, I'm probably gonna hide. I'm really, really, really over being dead, or like, my brother being dead, or like you guys being dead. not into us dying. So, like, we can stay, but I will definitely hide.
It's okay, sister. I'll stab him.
Oh,
I want
it doesn't make me feel better.
teams
Okay,
to
I'll
kneel
stab him
down
twice.
to both their levels and say, I want you both to be safe no matter what. And if that means you two going without us, so be
I'm
it.
not going to do that.
Well, I do not want you to die either.
Do you think he knows about the eggs, which apparently have names now?
It's canon, right?
Probably not.
I mean,
But I don't
he
think
thinks you still have the spear.
Yeah, so he doesn't know about the eggs. Okay, because I don't want the babies to be in trouble either. You know.
No. We just tell him the truth. That the spear was acquired out of our control by the big dragon.
That is true. Oh, Zania! Do you have that thing that you can cast where everyone has to tell the truth?
Yep, yes I do.
do
Although, would we cast that on us? Because there is a sage. Or like
Yeah.
Say
casting
that
ourselves-
in game terms.
Sorry. Got to get out of my my. I mean, I do have it. Will we be using it on ourselves? So we
We'd be using it with
So
Keynak.
what you're saying is there's some sort of willpower that you may have to where you don't have to speak the truth.
yes, depending. Yeah.
I bet you could give yourself into that and just let it happen.
Yeah, because it's just us, right? We'd just be like, look, does he know about the special magic?
Or
He might not believe us.
well,
He does
Well,
not
I
come
was going to
alone.
say-
He has companions. They can vouch for it, and they may even ask for something similar.
Yeah, we can do that, and then we can just be honest, and maybe Keynak's never seen Salt before, right?
This is true. As far
So
as I know.
maybe you can hide, and not get stabbed. I mean, don't do stabbing. Sometimes you find it a little bit. I love you, but sometimes you find it a little bit hard not to say whatever you think, which could be bad in a truth bubble.
Well, it's better out than in.
Yes,
Robert
but
is going to stand up at Salt saying that, kind of finished with his prayers as he said, "You're right, Salt. It is better out than in. I agree with Zinnia and team. Should tell the truth, come clean. We will be
okay.
forgiven for what we do, and the truth will set you free."
No, we will not be forgiven. I can guarantee you that.
We did it for a good reason, because it helped teams hard.
Yes. Do they know that you also stole that big bag of gold?
I didn't steal anything. It was acquired.
Do they know that you liberated them of that big bag of gold?
Who knows?
I've honestly forgotten about that.
Me too.
Now that I remember, I cannot lie about it.
Oh. Which bag of
Well, you
gold?
can. Am I right in thinking that as long as we don't lie, we can think of other things to say if they ask about gold or eggs?
Dane says, "Either way, we need to figure out what you're doing, and quick."
Well, it sounds like we're staying here to get eaten by a big lizard.
Right?
I
Then
mean, I
you'll
guess-
have the full support of the inn. You won't attack one of our members without due cause.
That's right. And I show my little ape in.
So,
I mean,
he kind of like nods his head at you.
team, you and I can go ahead, and the rat folk can stay here.
No. We need to
We're with
stay
you.
together.
Emily.
Look, yeah, the last time that we split up, his head came off,
We are
and
not
we
saying-
died.
We are not saying that you need to stay separate. What if the two of you hid inside of the inn, separate from me and Zinnia? You could still be there, but hidden.
We
Robert,
can hide in plain sight. We can sit in a booth.
Robert, chat's spoken to you. Do they want us? We need to tell the truth, don't we, Robert?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. All right.
Well, we can
Look,
tell the truth.
chat-
That is no problem. It's keeping you two safe. And you too. And he's gonna smack Robert like on the back.
He says, I had nothing to do with what you did before, but I am part of your group now, and I've spoken to the gods of whispers and Jera. They would not steer us wrong. If we come clean, everything will be fine.
That's true. Plus, I just
You're
got
faith.
baptized. It'd probably be really bad if I didn't listen to them right now.
Agree.
Go and hold Robert's hand.
Robert kind of does, like, puts both his hands on yours and says, be strong. You will see. Everything will be fine. Do not worry.
Mm-hmm. I reach out for Salt. Let's go.
Okay.
Great. Now, Dane kind of pulls his hair back and says, all right, I'm going to introduce you. Then you come in. Got it?
Yes. Now,
Right.
before we do that, Salt. I love you.
Yeah.
Please,
Love you too.
please, just stay quiet for me during this. This is very important.
Okay.
I need you to try your best with all of your willpower, please. This is very important.
I have salt power.
This is true. He's gonna pat him on the head.
Team.
I could suggest that you be a very good boy. I wouldn't cast a spell on you, so don't worry. I might want to, but I won't.
Or I can phrase it to you this way. Please just let me, Zinnia, or Summer do the talking for tonight.
Okay.
As Dane says, right, let's move. He begins walking out into the rain around the forge, leaving the forge fire lit there.
Team's gonna crouch down to Salt as they're walking and say, when we need you to talk, we will absolutely get you in there. There will come a time, okay? But it is your mission right now. You got this? We have to be smart.
Yes.
Salt, roll me a Constitution save real quick.
Whoa, that's a 19 plus minus 1.
Good
18.
to know. As y'all walk around the temple, Dane slams on the door to the temple, and you hear him say, "All right, forge is yours." Then he kind of keeps walking. As y'all go, maybe about another 20, 30 feet, you see his cousin from before walk out with his cloak. behind,
Dude, that's a
walking back
Jackie
over.
GFY.
What did Jackie do?
There's a Jackie GFY in chat.
What did
There's a
Jackie
Jackie
do?
GFY.
What did she do? Tell me.
You read it. Demon
Delete.
Tell me.
Someone
Okay.
said Team was the leader of the group, so he's the team leader.
Jackie.
Jackie got a GFY.
couldn't help
Jackie
it.
got a GFY.
Jackie.
That is
Yes.
absolutely wrong. If anyone is our leader, it's Robert.
Welcome to the dark side, baby.
Jackie, you get your first GFY.
Oh no, it's
How
taking
does
over.
How does it feel?
Feels good.
See what happens when you silence Salt?
Bad
Just
boy.
saying.
He just,
Right.
he
One
just,
of us. One of us.
possesses someone else. Gooba gaba, gooba gaba.
Oh man, I'm gonna. Ooh. I'm gonna save that for like 10 episodes from now when you've forgotten about it.
Tasty.
Right.
When I try to
Episode
heal.
20.
Stop.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
try and heal. As you all are
That
walking
virgin
down,
blood.
getting closer towards the inn, you hear louder and louder voices coming from the now broken and open window that's there. As you see the window being what appears to be temporarily boarded up, you can see a few boards from the inside that are kind of closed to help keep some of the rain out from this bottom of the 4 stories that are here. As you all cross around to the other side of the inn there, past the essential picnic and dining tables that are there, the door is closed. Dane holds his hand on the door. I'll call for you in just 1 minute. For as he opens it, you're suddenly again greeted by a loud, but just a big loud tavern sound as many people are talking back and forth in there. As the door closes behind, you hear the muffled voices from inside, or you hear what sounds to be a very Scottish, "Oi!" and kind of quiets down for a little bit. Everything's very, very quiet. The sound of the rain drowning everything out for a solid 2 minutes.
Now, Summer?
Oh, it's our turn. I'm gonna touch Team.
Mm-hmm.
Give him guidance.
Okay. Team,
And-
as Zinnia reaches her paw on your shoulder, you feel a sense of confidence in this, that this will turn out okay. As she pulls her hand away, the crack in your shoulder from the beating you took glows a little bit red.
Look to him. Ready?
Team's gonna look back to the group. He's gonna say, whatever happens, happens. We have formed a family here, and no matter what, you cannot take that away. The team's gonna walk in.
Whatever happens, happens. She's gonna look to Ratfolk and follow after.
Follow after? Where are you going?
Yeah. Inside.
Ah, great.
What are we waiting?
As you head in before being called in.
Oh.
I thought that was us being called
Yeah.
in.
No,
You
I
said
said for
2
2 minutes go by and nothing but the sound of the rain as
Oh.
Oh, I thought that's what. Because you said.
Redcon, hold up.
Yes, we were confused. Dane said 1 minute, then you said 2 minutes passed by, so
yeah,
I was like,
like
oh,
the,
okay.
like the saying, like, hold on 1 minute, not like, all right, 60 seconds, let's go.
And
With your digital
Okay, never
watches.
Retcon. We haven't gone in.
All right. For the misunderstanding, I'll allow the
Say-
retcon. But we'll say that you
the-
still do the blessing and you're basically just,
Yeah.
you just don't walk in actively.
I tug on Team leg.
Yes, my friend.
Do I sneak in now?
Not quite.
Robert leans down to you and says, don't worry, buddy. I've got your back.
Are we all meant to be sane? Is Sol gonna sneak in, or are we all? What do we do? I forget the plan.
As you're discussing the plan, the door opens up as you see Dane holding it. He says, "How you coming in? Just, there's room at a table there. Just go sit down."
Before he walks in, he's gonna look at Salt and just say, "Stay close to Robert." And then Team will walk in.
And I go and grab Robert's trouser pants.
You hold on to his side, so he kind of gives you a nod. You all walk in past the door. What's the order everybody's walking in?
Team than me.
Team Zinnia.
And I
I'm
would
still
assume-
holding.
Oh,
I'm still
sorry, go
holding
ahead, Mary.
Robert's.
Okay,
I'm still
so-
holding Robert's hand.
Robert, Salt, and Summer all walk in. As Robert goes to close the door behind you all, the door suddenly kind of stops as if somebody's boot is in front of it. As you look back, you see a familiar jacket and vest as a boot is holding the door open. He says, "I'm coming in too." As he pulls his hood off, you see Spade walk in behind all of you. As you turn and look, as Spade closes the door behind and leans against the wall there, just kind of giving you a nod.
Hold me back,
Uh,
Robert.
I would like.
Robert does pull your hand.
I would like to take a mental note of where we left that baseball bat that we took on the beach.
Prick.
Yeah, it's in Summer's hat at this point. You all put all this stuff away. God of chat, cast power would kill on Spade. Oh man, it doesn't work on people with over 100 hit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
As you all turn, the door closing behind you all, you see Spade with his hood off, leaned up against the door, blocking your current route out. As you turn, Dane says, "Just come on, don't bother the bone man. He's not gonna do anything to you."
Don't worry, I'll have your head soon. And then he's gonna keep walking.
As I had yours.
Exactly.
As you all walk around the corner where the entrance to the inn is and look to the side, you see what looks to be a similar night to what you had before. However, far less vomit and mostly just general wanton bar-crawling-esque destruction that has happened inside here. Drinks all across the floor. Glass litters the ground. Ale all over. Everything is in a state of disarray as you see several of the other adventurers parked on the left side of the room there, many of them holding up rags with bloody noses. Nobody seeming to be maimed. However, it seems that a brawl had broken out here at some point. Everyone kind of clutching over their noses. There's a few people back there in the back drinking on potions, just kind of sipping them there. You see Carlene back behind the bar, standing to the side, looking as Dane joins her on the other side. In the center of the room is one of the large tables that you saw before, big stone table with an M carved into it. This normally sits about 12 people. The half that you all would be walking towards has 6 empty stone chairs there. On the other side, you see Keynak sitting at one of the chairs there. He sits on top of the actual seat of the chair with his feet down at the bottom of the chair. Surrounding him are 4 other lizard folk, 2 of which similar attire to him, big leather pauldron on the left side, nothing else, very kind of gladiatorial in style. 2 other lizard folks, blue in their color, green were the ones with the pauldrons, off to the sides, and there's an empty chair next to Keynak's right as he sits there, as he looks at you all. His eyes, a huge recognition and realization as he sees you all, as he kind of points to the chairs in front of you. Sit.
Okay.
You see several of his men also covered in blood, but they're not really wiping it away as lizard folk. As it kind of drips down from them, they just...
Just to confirm, he said to sit, right?
Yes.
I run up and sit on the chair next to him.
So are you going to go around the table, over?
Under, right? I'm only short.
Okay. As Salt, you go under the table. As soon as you pop up to the other side to sit on the chair next to him, you are greeted by Keynak's arm reaching out and the other green or lizard folks with the pauldron both grabbing you onto the side. They pick you up off the ground and slam you onto the table there. Salt's back onto the ground as Robert reaches for his spear and shield. Suddenly, Dane's quickly says, he doesn't know, he's just a child, as Keynak is inches from Salt's face. You can smell the vile iron in his breath as his sharp, jagged fangs hiss directly into your face as he throws you across the room back to where you were, walking out from under the table. She says, "You're the one who stole my spear. I know it. I saw it." As the room remains silent, as he stands up from his chair, looks over at the rest of the group, he says, "Is the Adventurers Guild entertain thieves and cutthroats now? Would you steal from the Queen of Queenstown? Would you steal from the Coracrucian vaults and get away with it? No. You follow the laws of the land, and I'm here to uphold them. You stole what is rightfully mine, and I want their heads."
The team's gonna move to stand in front of Salt.
The 2 of you fought in my pits. I gave you the honor, the chance to fight with me for glory in the arena of Redcliffe, to make your name along mine, and you steal from me.
And team's choosing his words wisely.
Dane begins to speak up as he's like, "Hey, Keynak, I think it's fair that he says, 'Shut your mouth, dwarf. You said I would have time to speak with them. I'm having my time.'"
What glory is it that you have in your pits. Tell me of it.
We fight, as all others do, in the arena to elevate ourselves above all others. I was to go into Redcliffe. I was to fight the Golden God in a month's time. But you have robbed me of that chance this year, as you've stolen my spear from me. I was to ascend to godhood.
Hey, Keynak. We're really sorry that we took the spear. We weren't super. We thought that we could get it. I don't know. I'm lying. We took it. We took it because Tim thought that it belonged to one of his people. And in retrospect, that was probably a really bad idea. But we don't have it anymore. If I had it right now in my hat, I would gladly, I'd take it out and I'd give it to you and I'd be like, hey, Keynak, you know what? I'm real sorry, man. I'm real sorry. Because we definitely have learnt from our mistakes and all of that, but also then a really big dragon took it. You could see this, I mean, it's not great, but you could see it as kind of an opportunity. Like, what better way to turn yourself into a god than to defeat the Emerald Plague, right? Like, that's a way better origin story than just, like, fighting in a gladiatorial pit. They'd call you Keynak the Dragon Slayer.
Keynak begins walking around the table. Roll a persuasion.
16?
16. Okay. Keynak walks beside you all, but walks behind you, as if you're not there, and kind of walks to the side. Robert kind of holds his spear and his shield up and at the ready, but Keynak seems to be walking directly away to the right and heading back towards the door. Before you can hear Keynak in a kind of hushed whisper saying something to Spade as he gets next to him and whispers to him. Spade says, yeah. No, that's true. That's true. There ain't no lying about that. Or Keynak looks back and walks back over, standing imposingly tall for a lizard folk, rivaling Team, Zinnia, and Rarbert, especially with his orangish fin that sticks up high. It kind of curls down, but as he talks, and you see the angrier he gets, the more kind of raised it becomes. Before he stops.
He's an angry cockatiel.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. As he walks, he stops next to all of you. He says, Tell me. Why should I be happy that you stole something of mine?
Oh, you shouldn't be happy. If no one likes to have stuff stolen from them, but you know what? We make mistakes. We made a really big mistake, and I wish that we could take it back, but unfortunately, the Green Plague already took it from us. But we could help you.
He looks over to Team.
Your attire.
Does the kind of lizard lick of his lips. He says,
You're from... You scorched long ago, you see.
Tell me, what do you know of Qatar?
You know who's a fool? I raided his tomb when I lived in the desert alone. I stole his spear from the crypts. I survived in there alone. That spear is mine. That spear belonged to no other before me.
So, with that logic, you just said that that spear became yours after you stole it. Therefore,
Stole
the
it from a
spear
dead
became-
man.
No.
Is
Does
Qatar
not
alive?
matter.
Does he
It
walk
does not
this
matter.
earth?
Your logic does not hold up, my friend. I am sorry. No. You stole it, and you said it became yours. We have stolen it. It became ours.
Fair
and then
enough.
Itka stole it, and it became hers. So,
Yeah, do you know what? The only way for it really truly to be yours, because you've said,
Spade speaks up.
That's not what you told me before. You gave it to Ithka. She did not steal it
oh, no, she did, because she was gonna, we were gonna die. So that's just really persuasive stealing. Like there's different ways to steal. It's more like like armed robbery. Do you know? Like we're more like, there's different kinds of stealing. Like there's theft where you be like a cat burglar and you sneak in, or a rat burglar and you sneak in and you take something without them knowing, which in fairness is what we did to you. And then there's also like the kind of stealing where you are really scary and are just like, give me everything you got, and then take it. And that's what the dragon did to us. She was like, I'm gonna kill you with my dragon powers if you don't give me that spear.
Long story
Then
short,
took
what
it.
she is trying to say is Ithka would have ended up with that spear regardless if we gave it to her or she took it over our dead bodies.
Right. How
Yeah.
regardless, yes, as a group of small, weak people took my spear to Ithka the Emerald Plague. Yes, I agree. Ithka would have taken that from you no matter what. Why did it end up at Ithka?
I mean, we're backtracking at this point. Like, you killing us doesn't get your spear back. And the only true way for you to have pure ownership of that spear and turn yourself into a god is if you win it fairly, not steal it the way that we did. We weren't gods just because we had the spear. You have to earn it, right? So you can't just, like, pillage a tomb and become a god. That's not honorable. You got to defeat this plague, and then everyone will be like, yes, Keynak, he is the greatest lizard god in the world.
Roll a persuasion at disadvantage on this one, as you will have currently made him very angry. Especially with teams like, no, that's bad logic.
It is!
Okay.
Is it?
Okie dokie. Here I go, rolling my die that I can only do with disadvantage, and then I don't have 3 luck points in inspiration.
Got 3 luck.
I'm really mad because I rolled a nat 20
And?
and a 4.
Hmm.
Can I use my inspiration to cancel out the 4 and take the nat 20?
You could do your inspiration to re-roll both of them.
Okay, using my inspiration to reroll.
Do it.
I got a 12 plus persuasion or deception.
Doesn't luck.
Are you actively lying to him? It doesn't seem like you're lying. You're trying to persuade him.
Okay.
Luck.
There's definitely bits of lie. 6, 18?
18? Okay.
18? I don't know if you guys want me to re-roll that.
Keynak looks over to Dane, who's sitting on the bar stop, hands on his knees there. Keynak looks to Dane and says,
Hold on, Ryan.
yep.
Because chat grants Summers 3 luck points.
Do you want to use a luck on that?
I don't know. I got an 18 at the moment. If I roll luck, can I take a higher one, or will I just have to take that?
You take
Does she have
whatever
to
the
roll
new thing
both
is.
dice?
Yep.
Well, she only rolls 1.
You re-roll everything, especially because we're rolling 2 at the same time. We don't know what comes first.
Okay, well that was a 12, you guys. So either I can, like it was the natural, I get +6 to persuasion. So we can see if we can beat a 12 with disadvantage, or we can keep our 18.
Up to you all.
It
I
sounds
see.
like people want me to keep the 18.
That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, keep it.
Yeah.
Great.
Ryan, just quickly.
Alex.
Does Keynak have any pouches?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
He's
please
joking.
do it.
Alex
Yeah.
is trolling us.
He has...
Right?
Keynak, let me give you a general description of Keynak. Keynak,
Oh,
bright red scales, huge, near crocodile-esque jaw, just in the stoneness of it, though it is not long like a crocodile. It's just chiseled out that it is. Bright orange eyes with an orange and yellow fin that goes down his back. Shirtless that he is, he has earrings of gold, chains of silver and gold across his neck, near 8 of them that run all the way down. His pants, white and gold, adorned with silk from the scorch. He is a very wealthy-looking fighter. Stands maybe 6'4", very tall for a lizard folk. What are your thoughts, Salt?
Let me know if there's a
He's
I'll
certainly
jump in,
standing
mate.
near y'all.
if there's a moment that he's completely distracted. I'll try to jump in if I feel like there is one. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep an eye on him.
Summer, as you try to convince him, Keynak turns and looks to Dane as Keynak says,
as I said before, it seems that the Adventurers Guild is in the business of harboring cutthroats and thieves. I don't care if they're adventurers or not. If they steal, that is against laws of theirs and mine in Asterion. If you choose to harbor these thieves, so be it.
Well, we're not harboring this anymore. What are you going to do with this?
Dane looks over to you all. Hey, look, Keynak. I can't let you attack any adventurer on Adventurers Guild grounds. And Ashburn is my hometown. I will not let you do it here. But we do not harbor thieves. We do not accept thievery within the guild either. Your business is your own. Keynak, you had been a friend to me for a long time, as they are guild members. I cannot let you do what you want to do here, my friend. But you cannot do it on my ground, nor in my town. I'd have your head for it. Dane, in a very serious tone of voice, looks towards him. Dane has been generally a kind of happy, easygoing kind of dwarf. Sounds very hardened as he says this. As you see an old man with a cane, with a blackening eye onto the side, and a handkerchief up to his nose as he kind of walks over with the cane. He says,
I do the same, you limp-tailed bitch.
I love him so much.
As,
Summer laughs.
a few of the adventurers in the guild laugh too. This seems to be the wrong move, as you see Keynak's fins kind of immediately kind of go to like full bright orange and yellow as he looks over down at the pervy old man.
He says, Valos, I'll give you another shiner to match that eye.
You see, Valos says,
Try me outside of town.
Keynak turns and looks at all of you.
Keynak, what is it that you want?
I'm sorry. I seem to have not made it very simple, so I'll tell you very plainly, Leonin. I want the head of those who stole my spear to adorn my new one.
Wouldn't that look so much prettier if it was the head of a dragon and not of a 6-year-old rat girl?
Oh, I'm gonna steal the spear back from my dragon. But you won't be around to see it happen.
She's gonna hold her tongue because she knows he's already pissed off and she's not gonna make the situation worse. She's just gonna stare him down.
If that's the story that you want to be sung about you, Keynak, you know, the glorious Keynak, murderer of small children and weak folk. Or do you want that song to be Keynak the Dragon Slayer? God among men.
I wanted to be Keynak, the one that dirty thieves dare not steal from ever again. If we were in the Scorch, I'd take your hands and I'd string you out in front of the gladiatorial arena for all to see. But we're not. And count that lucky. I'll settle for just taking your heads.
He nods his head to the other lizard folk, who all stand up in succession at the other end of the table. They walk over to him, all standing very, very near you, uncomfortably close, especially those that appear to be fighters. They get kind of inches in front of your faces, attempting their best to intimidate you as they walk towards the door. It's
All hail Keynak, thief of the sun spear.
Oh, all right. Summer. Keynak is going to grab you.
No, he's not.
Salt, what are you doing?
Well, I was at the ready, keeping an eye on him, right?
Yeah, to steal something, yes.
But if he's gonna try to steal my sister, I'm gonna whip out my tail to his hand and try to intercept that.
As soon as he goes to reach for me, I'm gonna cast Gift of the Gab.
Is that a reaction spell?
It sure is.
Great.
And it rewinds 6 seconds, and the words spill back into my mouth. And I say, the words that I speak to cast the spell are what he hears instead. So as I see Salt go to lunge, and that comes out, it goes, and he hears, we're sorry. And that is how Summer's a little bitch sometimes.
Good use of the class feature. As Keynak looks over to you and he says, "What did you say?" Thinking in the back of his mind that he heard something differently, but
I said we're sorry.
Keynak turns, walks to the door. Spade opens the door for the other lizard folk to let them out. Before Keynak turns and looks at you one more time.
It's a shame. We could have made great warriors together.
As he pulls his fins down, seeming in a way to kind of a twitch reaction to kind of control his anger. Before he leaves out the door, Spade closes the door behind and remains before walking up to the bar and sitting on the stool and just looking at you all. As Keynak and his crew seem to have left, save for Spade, who's in the guild.
As soon as the door closes, I'm gonna be like, "But you're calling us small and weak, and he wouldn't have attacked himself, and oh my god, he used a thing, and oh, wait, what did he do? The dragon! Oh, how dare you touch my sister! Oh my god!" Blah, blah, blah.
Good job being quiet, Salt.
And after he gets that out, Keen's gonna walk over and lean against the door.
You lean back in a very similar manner to the way Spade did. Spade kind of gives you a nod as he, like every asshole who has some sort of dexterous ability, flips a gold coin between his fingers. You can hear it click as it goes through his bony fingers. Go ahead.
To clarify that spell, other people still heard what I said.
Only Keynak didn't hear.
Only those within 5 feet of me. So like Keynak and everyone.
And your party.
Yeah, but everyone else still thinks that I said a cool word.
Then we'll see that all the other adventurers currently sit with their jaws dropped into the floor. As Spade just kind of looks at you all, not appearing to want anything from you. Dane hops off the bar stool and says, "I'm sorry, you understand. He did steal from the man. That's not something that we can protect or condone. I can keep you here for the night, but after that, when you leave town, my reach and my influence stops."
What if we just work here forever? Then he won't murder us, right? We could make porridge. It could be Ashburn, the town of the best porridge ever.
I'm sorry. You stole from a man. You gotta face up for it, or you gotta run away. There's one that's an honorable path, and there's one that's not. But
is it the running?
The running is not the honorable one, sweet child.
Does honorable help get the silver pin?
It takes a bit more than that, but it at least puts you in the right direction. Before you all suddenly hear aloud, as a door crashes open, coming from inside the kitchen area. As you see Tonar come out, fists up, ladle in hand, as he looks out. He's, where door? I heard the door close. I thought they'd... Why are you here? I just sent you out the other way. You were supposed to run.
Oh, Dane told us we should come back.
You and your stupid honor. As he points the ladle at him. You could have gotten out of here. What is wrong with all of you? Why are you here? As he points over to Spade sitting on the bar stool there. As Spade flips up his collar, as you can see a tiny brass A.
Oh, hey, he's not meant to kill us because he's in the guild.
He holds his hands up. He's like, "Hey, you try and steal them?" He said, "They were thieves."
Didn't steal. It was
Can I say?
acquired. He doesn't need it. He's all powerful. Keynak.
Dane says, "Let's put that bit to rest. You stole from a dead man. There's no laws against that. There is laws against stealing from those living, or, as he points to team, unliving. Your friend was a dead man and he remained dead."
So if Keynak's dead, then that everything is okay?
Because
You can't steal from somebody and then murder them and call that a legal loophole. I don't think.
But this dude over
Hey,
here,
he's dead man.
this dude over here, he murdered Salt. Salt was super dead, and that's against the rules of being here. Look at
Seven
you,
lights dead.
murderer. Murdering has to be worse than stealing.
Spade kind of looks back. I didn't do anything.
Oh,
How could I have
you
murdered
get
you?
in the zone, bitch. You get in the zone.
How could I have murdered you? You're right here.
That's 'cause we got magic.
I'm sure we can ask around the town and find witnesses for that, can't we?
Put me in a lake.
Yeah.
And throw my brother in a lake.
Probably could. Probably could. They might see that I was apprehending thieves for my boss, who stole his spear, as we all know here.
Didn't steal the spear.
Yeah, he
It
did.
was just lying around.
Not going to be one to argue with you.
Well, what are you doing here? Are you gonna follow us and then do more murders on us?
Wouldn't do a murder. That's
Yeah.
Keynak might, not me.
You took his head off.
I thought you stole from my boss. I was right, really. You can see where I'm coming from. If I might have stole
How
your
does-
hat with the penguin in it, you might be a little upset.
How does one become your boss?
Are you threatening me?
No, of course not. You're a member of the guild.
Yeah.
Coin, by the way, is what can change allegiances, young rat folk.
How much coin?
Quite a lot.
Without looking at Spade, team's gonna ask Summer to come over. Summer, please come here.
Yeah.
So leaned up
alright.
against the door. Can I borrow your hat real quick?
So like a lot?
What? Is there something you need? Should I get Penguin out?
Do you mind if I just reach in there? real quick?
Okay, but just be careful because the babies are in there.
No worries. Team's gonna reach his hand in and pull out the bat, and then just lean back up against the door again.
Yeah. Someone puts the hat back on, taps it.
Yeah. I heard she was making some changes for me. Had a rough time last time, huh? See, kind of buttons his vest up a little bit more.
So like a lot, or just like a lot?
Oh, a lot.
Okay, I could probably do a lot. I've never had an undying work for me before.
Thought you do right now. See, looks over the team.
We're a family. We don't work for each other. Well, I mean, we do. Emotionally, we put the work in, but there's not like payment or anything.
Look,
It's just what happens when you love people and your family aren't made up.
hey, I've got my employer and he pays me good money. Unless you're willing to pay something different, coin or, I don't know, possibly something a bit green. That might work. He looks to Zinnia.
Zinnia's not green. She's like a brownie red.
No.
Yeah.
But she does
And
have
we
something
promised-
that's a bit green that I might like.
We promised that we would stop offering her up to people in exchange for other things.
He's not talking about that, and he can also go fuck himself. He's not getting that either.
Is that even possible with an Undying?
You killed both my
Absolutely.
friends.
Apparently, we can be taken apart, so sure.
It's
You
definitely
N-
doable.
nearly killed all my friends. You're not getting this act just because you want it.
Fair enough. You can always get it later then.
What would you do if you were working for us?
Oh, I just forget you were ever here.
That's not working for us. That's forgetting we're ever here. Working for us would be going and making sure that no one follows us.
I could do that too. I just might need gold and green.
Look, she's more brownie red, okay?
Robert
I told
comes over and
you.
he's like, "No, she's not talking about. So this is a common problem." As see, no.
We've established some boundaries, okay?
And say that I do give this dragon's axe to you. How are we even assured that you're not coming after us anyways?
See,
I have
With-
no faith in you.
with a big bony claw, he rakes his fingernail across his leather jacket, which makes just a really white indention, like a cross, over his shoulder. He says, "Cross my heart."
You don't have a heart.
It's so crazy to think that you have no internal organs, but could still be so full of shit.
You hear a general laugh from most of the adventurers. You even Spade kind of. Hey, I don't need any new business. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing then.
Is part of your business to just do a murder on us?
I told you I'm not here to do a murder on you.
Inside check? Inside check?
I'm just here, hang out, sit at the inn for a while.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna do a murder on
I
us.
believe him. Inside check.
Yeah, you can roll an insight.
Natural one.
Nat 1. He doesn't really seem like he would want to do a murder. He doesn't seem like a broad daylight kind of murder person, and you're talking in front of quite a lot of people.
Hard to read. No facial structure to get hints from.
Should we huddle, guys? Should we have a huddle? And look at him.
Yeah.
Robert's like, yeah, team. It's a team huddle.
I know.
Yeah, boy, Ryan.
I know. I gave one to Jackie earlier. I'll take one.
For the
I'm
team.
not leaving this door. You can come over to me.
Fine, come on, guys.
Robert not really getting like why you wouldn't be leaving the door. Obviously, he knows why, but Robert,
Come, Stalker. This doesn't...
Guys, he like nearly took us all out. He could probably take a Keynak.
Oh God.
That is
If he's
doubtful.
If he's just the person that
as as Salt says this out loud with a high perception roll from Spade sitting at the bar, you hear kind of a laugh from him as you say like he could take out Keynak. He just a lot of money, a lot of money.
especially if he doesn't even have his spear anymore.
You
Like,
could give him all the money in the world, he still wouldn't be able to do it.
but what kind of a god has to have a spear to be like worth anything? You know?
That's what I'm thinking too.
A really shitty one. That's all.
Yeah. No wonder he's
There's
not.
enough
a
of
god.
these people.
I kind of lean in a little bit and go a bit quieter and go, you don't have to pay him if he doesn't succeed.
Oh, Oh, like a half now, half on completion type deal?
Well, it is the Red Wagon Inn. We can put like a 10-star skull option up there, and someone can pick it up.
I don't think Dane's going to let us put a mission up on the notice board to kill Keynak.
I already have a
Also,
mission.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone in their right mind here would do that.
Except for Spain. Because he hasn't got a mind to be right in.
So we're going to commission him. Well, I don't think we have that kind of money.
Give me a week.
But if that, because we just did how many skulls would a Keynak kill be? Like more than, what did we just do, a 3?
5, 4.
What was it, 4 skulls? Is a 4 skull thing? I mean, a Keynak kill would be more than 4 skulls, so obviously it would cost more than what the reward was for a 4 skull one, and we've already spent some of it, so I don't think we can afford it. Just leave. I guess we have like 2 options, right? We can kill Keynak and try not to get dead, or we can run away.
We can leg it down under.
I don't think that we should just kill him like that. Unless it's an honorable combat, which
Yeah,
I would do.
He was gonna kill us in unhonorable combat.
I think we're gonna. I don't think that we're like powerful enough. I think we need to like train, wax on, wax off some stuff before we can.
You're not understanding me. I can do this. Let me.
No, you are not doing this.
It's the way of the Scorch. We can fight for your honor.
But
A duel of
But-
champions.
Brian.
Robert, if you die, who's gonna teach me the way of chat?
I would not die. You're good people.
I'm hearing a hell of a lot of whispers in my head that say you should just get that idea straight out of your brain box, my bud, because phew, nope.
What they told me. I've been listening. I've been praying on this as we've been talking. I could do this. I could fight for you. I would win. I'm strong. For all that you've given me, these boots are beyond my dreams, as he holds his foot up. Let me pay you back, here and now.
As right there, we're going to pause it for a quick break, as everyone's going to take a quick bathroom break. This is 9:03 currently. How about we come back at 9:10, so 7 minutes from now. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you get in your exclamation point LUDs for the first set of giveaways. Speaking of Ithka, the Emerald Plague, let's give away some dice and not even have to think about her anymore.
Right, and also remember that Rybo family is giving money for every new follow we get. So
Yeah.
go out,
Tell your friends, tell your family,
Yeah.
peer pressure your friends into doing
tell your
follows.
old 4th grade teacher. Tell them. Let's go.
To
Teachers love D&D.
make
Yeah, it's
the
math.
family broke. But it's all for a good cause. Then we'll donate to them after they need money.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a plan.
All right. We'll pause it there for just a minute. We'll be back in about 6 minutes, everybody, and we'll continue on from there. So enjoy your break. Welcome back from the break, everybody. I really like Summer's take on the situation, as she just said in chat. What was that you just said?
Summer's gonna slap some bitches, and it's gonna be it's gonna be Robert at the moment, because if he goes into this, no,
Just no.
just
I can
no.
stab him.
Look, man,
Stab.
he doesn't condone stealing. He's a paladin. He wants to help his friends. If you think he shouldn't do that, convince him otherwise. But for now, let's do the giveaway. What's the giveaway going to be on? This is the Ithka's dice, correct?
This is, yes, Ithka's.
Yes.
Ithka the Plague Bringer by Cross My Heart Dice.
She's
Beautiful.
nice
If you
Thank you.
haven't yet, go check them out on Instagram because they do amazing work.
Absolutely.
And as you can see in that picture, that was just up. So go check them out. And also make sure you get your stuff in before we draw this.
Yeah, if you haven't done it yet, exclamation point LUD. We'll give you maybe 30 seconds, and then we'll get moving on that one there. Yeah.
I I think everyone's like on the ball today.
Dope.
Awesome.
We good to go then?
I've
Yeah,
got
make sure that
raspberries,
you-
Life's good.
Make sure you've followed, or otherwise, because I'm seeing a lot of people putting exclamation point lad, and it's not coming up to say you've got a ticket. You can only do it once, and you need to be following.
Beautiful.
So as long as you've done that, you're all good. All right, entries are gonna close now.
Do the drum roll. Who we gonna get?
Picking a winner.
Jakey boy.
This
Yeah,
is
Jakey
Jakey Boy
not
again.
even in here.
Cataly.
Hey, Cataly.
Congrats.
That's awesome. Congratulations,
Yay.
Cataly. You win yourself a set of the Emerald Plague dice, and they are mighty fine. I love the gold addition to them. I did not know until the stream started that those were specifically for Ithka with the Sun Spear now, so I'm super jealous.
Also, how is it that Ithka is the least of our worries at the moment?
Well,
Good point. Maybe I should bring Ithka back in. Let's,
that would make everything better. At least we all die.
Right, at that point.
It's
You
the
can watch
Keynak.
Keynak go at it.
Yeah, same place. Them
Yeah,
two, same
same,
place.
same time.
Give me back my spear, you bitch.
Rybo likes gold? What a surprise. Who knew? Definitely the dice that are coming out this weekend's video don't have gold on them. Right. The next set of giveaway, make sure you enter this one, because this is from Hedron Rockworks, if I'm saying that properly.
Yes.
It's the actual Red Wagon Inn D20 with the petrified wood that Drew has there, and then I threw up on the screen. Bada bing, bada boom. It is very pretty. So make sure you enter that one for the next half of the show.
Let me tell you, it has a wonderful weight. I haven't rolled with it yet, but I was told by Hedron to use it tonight. So hopefully it'll help out.
Oh, good. It might help out right now. So you ready to get back into it?
Let's do it.
Great. As Robert says,
Let me do this for you. Let me pay you back for the kindness that you've shown me. You can win. He
Family
has no
don't
spear.
pay each other back.
That's right, Robert. If you, oh my gosh, if anything happened to you, it wouldn't be you paying us back or being honorable. It would be you just like straight up like emotionally murdering me. So don't
You
do
said
it.
we were family.
I wouldn't let him kill
Did you lie?
you all.
Robert,
You expect me to just let you go and die? No, I can
Robert.
save you here and now.
We're all gonna go out together.
Robert, you had no piece of what had happened that led up to this. Not one bit. You should not be the one that is go. I am the one who got us all in this situation.
How?
It was I who formulated a plan to have the spear stolen. I got all of you involved. If anyone should be the one to go confront Keynak, it should be me.
If we all keep volunteering to just die whenever we make a mistake, we're all gonna die pretty damn quickly. How about we shut up and work out a plan how we can all get out of this together?
Keynak said so
Look,
himself.
look, we leg it. We leg it down under, and then we come back with the full force of the rabbit squad.
Sorry, what?
the what? Everyone, the whole inn, the what? Like everybody kind of in
This is the
unison.
first time I like take my eyes off of Spade to look at Salt.
Wait,
Be like,
what?
the fuck?
No, everyone looks at you, Salt, like what?
The most powerful squad in the Down Under.
The rabbit.
The rabbit squad.
The rabbit.
Yeah.
Are you having an aneurysm?
Yeah, I'm very confused. I thought you and Summer had actually never been to the Down Under.
We know stories.
Apparently not the same ones. But,
I
yeah,
think someone's having an aneurysm and then
I guess so. Looks to Facebook chat. Nope.
With
Anyway, that's a good idea, brother. We go down and we train. We find some rabbits, and then we come back, and we can all fight him together.
No, sis, don't you remember? They're not rabbits. It's a squad called Rabbit.
Oh.
Anyway, we can go powerful, and we can come back even more.
Forgive me. Anyone who calls himself the Rabbit Squad is not keen enough to fight Keynak, I would imagine.
Oh, they're so keen that people misunderstand it. It's all psychological.
I might have misunderstood it then, because it does not sound all that dangerous.
See how powerful it is?
Yeah.
It even
you know
fooled
what?
you.
He is. We have definitely thrown some people off. It's a tactic.
But with that tactic or otherwise, forgive me, team. I could not let you do this fight. Forgive my concern. If anyone were to fight, it should be myself, someone.
Why should it be you?
We have gods on our side. And if we are in the right, then we would truly win.
Keynak said so himself, that he wants the heads of the ones who stole his spear. That is us four. He will not relax until he has all 4 of our heads.
That's only me. Oh. It's me.
What if we made a paper mache?
Robert looks down at you like, did you actually hurt your head? So he puts his, the back of his hand on your forehead there.
No, I stole the spear. Well, acquired it. Well, put it in a hat. Well, kind of made the hat appear in the right place at the right time.
That's true.
Spade just kind of looks at you all like, and just points to the rest of the adventurers in the guild and his hand back and forth.
I'm sorry, this isn't a conversation you're supposed to be listening to. Please get out of it.
Sorry, love, you're talking here, right in the open, meaning you did steal the sun spears.
We to a different
No
table.
stealing. A hat just appeared above us.
Y'all are currently standing at the doorway, having this conversation where Team didn't want to let Spade possibly leave.
We are huddled, though.
You are huddled.
Respect a huddle, Spade.
He holds his hands up like, you know what, fair enough, I do respect it, as he turns back to the bar. If there were facial expressions that he could give, you would hear a sense of sarcasm.
So it's decided then. Rabbit Squad.
I thought, wasn't the Mary Berries? No, we're not going to do that anymore.
No, we're still the Mary Berries. We just find the Rabbit Squad to help us.
So, may I ask you a question?
Always.
What is to stop Keynak from now going to the Underdark?
He's
and
too
following
big
us?
to fit.
Team's gonna turn and look at Robert.
Robert, yeah, he did. Robert has basically been kind of, anytime Salt says something, looking very confused at all of you. Like, is this
just true, huh?
We should go to that. We should go anywhere but the Underdark, because the Underdark is a bad idea. Just listen, I forgot about the giant worm that lives under there. That definitely, it definitely eats everyone who even goes near it. And now I think we should all just go to bed.
well, you're huddled. We've pointed that out. Never mind.
How about we stop discussing what we are going to do with this shithead over here?
That's what I'm getting at. We should stop talking about the place we're gonna go, because he'll know.
I agree.
Then,
So we talk about it and then don't go.
No! What? Yeah, let's go back to the Scorch. Let's face this problem head on back at the Scorch, where we will go tomorrow. Right now.
Roll
Tomorrow.
a deception at disadvantage with that way of saying it.
It's still an 18.
Okay.
Whoa.
Good to know. Good to know.
Team's gonna leave the door and walk over to Dane.
Dane sitting at one of the stools on the other end of the bar, Spade being on the right side, him to the left. The rest of the adventurers have kind of migrated back to their specific spots as Carlene is taking them over some ales, just as kind of like a thank you, Tonar, as well. Seeing that, like, all right, whatever was going to happen seems to have not been happening now. They're just trying to be like, hey, thanks for sticking up for members as they're taking drinks over. You're going to go up to Dane. Dane just kind of eyes you.
He's gonna look down to Dane and say, I understand how you feel about the situation. I understand that we have fucked up. Do not let that shit stain out of here. And he's gonna point at Spade, because you know what he has done as well. And if you are gonna hold that upon us, you will do it upon him as well.
Alright. Answer me this. There's a quest up on the board there. It's asking for someone to take back a staff which was stolen from them by bandits on the road. I allow that quest because bandits stole the staff. It's a bad thing. Any of us could take that quest, get the staff back, as bandits leave, dead or alive. As far as looking what Keynak has done, you're the bandits on the poster.
That is fair. But knowing that we do not have this spear, you would still allow that quest to be a thing.
That's where it becomes grey. That's why I'm not handing you over to him. So I've been giving you safe haven here in my inn, in my town. And I would fight to the death to defend you here as a fellow member here in my town, as I believe that there is goodness in your heart. I think I've seen it. I don't think that you're dastardly for dastardly's sake. I think you might be misguided and with maybe children who don't know how to keep their fingers to themselves. Or tails. But that is the only reason I wouldn't just turn you over to him right now. It's a professional courtesy to you. If you stay here in this town, I can help you. But if you walk out that gate, out to the Scorch, or the one out to Elfin Vale, can he help you? I won't risk the integrity of the guild for that. You have to understand that.
I do.
He reaches his hand out to shake yours and let you know that there is truly no hard feelings in what he's trying to do here.
He will reach out as well.
He does the kind of arm grasp on arm grasp. He says, I truly wish you hadn't done that, brother. Y'all seem like fine folk. I would have loved to take on a quest or two with you myself.
What do you think we should do, Dane?
So the group as a whole walks over to talk to Dane on the stool there. Spade does not get up and head for the door. He just sits there on the end of the bar stool as well. Dane, tell you what. You go out there, you exit these gates, and you fight Keynak, you'll die. Absolutely, you'll die. If I fought Keynak, it'd be a toss of the coin. Now, had he had the spear, it would not have even been a chance. But now it might be a fair fight. You do whatever you think is necessary. If you think dying for your honor is worth it, some do. If you don't, I wouldn't hold that against you. As Tonar speaks up, carrying some drinks over that are empty as he sets them on the barkeep. He says, fuck honor. See, his eyes are kind of up and rolled over. He seems to be very...
Was that
taken
her
away
name
from
last
this.
night?
Salt. Do I give it to you?
I honestly don't think that's
I don't think.
GFY worthy.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Just mad about it because it was so good. As you say that, Tonar, normally one to be kind of a lively person, his mood seems to have kind of changed as seems to be talking about dying for honor. As he you do get a chuckle from some of the other innkeepers. You get a chuckle out of Spade, and even Dane gives you kind of a little laugh at that. But you know, you got to make that choice yourself. As you
Wait, I think we
Zania.
need to get, mate. Let's get out of here. What are you guys being so? Why are we talking about dying all the time? There's no honor in death. Robert? Who can spread the whispers on the wind if your voice box is out and sitting on a spear?
I said I wouldn't lose. I know this.
Zania, you feel a tug on the you feel a tug on the hem of your dress, like the I guess I don't know what it's called, the dress of your dress. I don't know the description of it. Before you turn and look to the side, as you see an old gray-haired halfling with his beard down to the floor and cane. He throws the handkerchief onto the ground with red smeared all over it.
I can help if needed.
Help?
I can get you far away from here. But no problems. Forgive my prying ears, but you seem to want to go to the underground. You definitely could do that, but
as he points over to Spade. Spade gives a nod.
He's heard it. You're not very quiet.
Yeah.
I could send you elsewhere.
Where?
I am quiet.
So he looks over to Spade and gives him a nod and a wink.
I can help. Let me help you. I am.
As he reaches into his pants and pulls out the gold.
Zinnia's not for
adventurer's coin.
sale.
I'm not buying. I don't pay for it.
Let's see.
Inside.
Yeah, you can roll an insight.
Insight on. I don't pay for it.
I don't trust you not doing that.
Are you inciting whether he pays for it or not, or whether he helps you?
That was a nat 20.
I incite everything.
So 22.
Oh.
With your nat 20. He sounds like he might not have to anymore. But that definitely wasn't always true for him. I
You
don't pay
dirty
for it.
bugger. You dirty bugger.
What? Don't judge me. I'm old. I could die any day.
So he picks up his cane.
But I could help you. You have been rude to me with your words, but since goodness in your heart, I just tried to share whiskey and a drink in the mornings, but I don't want to see pretty young things with lots of life left in them, even the rat folk and the big dragonborn. I don't need to die just because they stole. Who hasn't just stolen something in a time or two? I've stolen hearts before. What's the difference?
Is that
Well-
what happened to Team's heart?
Oh.
Not me, no.
Hey, old wise man, would you like to come up to our room?
Summer.
Summer, don't invite him.
Come on up. To
Come
the
up to
room.
mine. I'll show you.
Okay, we're gonna party with this old man, and that's it before we die. Oh.
Spade stands up and walks over to you all, cracking his little finger bones and says, "Mind if I come with you?"
Or you could just sit the fuck back down.
Well, we're more of like a sixsome kind of crew. You know, once you add a seventh, it gets a bit awkward. Plus, if the penguin's out of the hat, look, let us have one last night of merriment before Keynak kills us.
I look him up and down and go, "You're not really bringing much, are you?"
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'll see you soon. As he sits back down on the stool.
Bye.
As
All right, let's go have an orgy, old man.
Oh God, no.
take your point, whatever. Not a GFY in inspo. As Dane looks over, he's like, "You don't have to offer that for him, Valos." He's like, Bone Man. He takes his cane and kind of like thwacks it against Spade's exposed shin. Not hard, but just kind of a tap on it. His pervy old man, Valos, yeah. It's the least I could do. I can't stand seeing those who are still living die. You're stealing otherwise. Come. Let me hold your arm as he reaches up to Robert's arm. Walk easy that way. As Robert holds his arm down. To your room then. As he said, we'll be back. Well, I'll be back later. Just keep a drink going for me. As pervy old man starts to walk with Robert over towards the stairways. Dane pulls his hair back and just kind of gives you all a nod.
Team's gonna walk over to the quest board and look for that quest about the bandit and the staff.
I will join team and also show team a different quest in my hand.
We'll take a look at that in a moment. I am looking for one in particular.
As you quickly
Help me
scan,
find this.
both of you roll a perception if you're trying to be quick about it.
Fair enough. First roll with the petrified wood was an 18.
Hey, nice.
One.
Nice starting roll. 1. So you're like, no, but I already have a quest for us. As you keep like shoving it in Team's faces, he's like, no, that's not what I'm.
This summer.
It is not that I'm. As Team, you see the word staff and pick it up and look at it. It says, on the road to Queenstown, a staff was stolen from me. I want it back. It is a gnarled oaken staff with a red gem at the tip. Bandits in a cave nearby have stolen this staff from me. 2 skulls.
It's not what I want. I'm gonna go follow them.
You leave it on the thing?
Yeah, it's not what I thought it was.
Pin
Do
it
we
back.
take this one? Do we take this one?
Team's gonna take a look at this one.
Salt's holding one out that says someone's, in layman's terms, someone's pet fawn has disappeared, and they're looking for the collar of the fawn, or to bring the fawn back itself. 1 skull. Nearby the town of Ashburn.
We'll hold on to that one.
Okay. Put it away.
So make
I-
sure Summer and them aren't getting into any trouble.
I'd like to pull out Penguin and let him take a breath and see if he'd like any drinks or food before we have an orgy with.
Now, don't think I don't hear what's going on in there. What the fuck was you thinking we was gonna go in there and possibly fight him, Robert? Think about it. So you're like holding him up as you like smack him in the butt. You ain't got the bronze for that one, kid. Robert's like, hey. His voice, he's right. He's a strong man.
Do you need anything, Penguin?
No. I'm not gonna be able to eat tonight. Just let's get where we're going and let's go.
I'll whisper to Robert. I think you could have done it.
Robert says, I know I could have. I had the side of good on my side, and the whisper spoke that I could handle him. He doesn't
And
look that
Keynak's
tough
got
to
the
me.
side of ugly on him, so he can't win.
Both, Robert says, agreed, before you hear the old man, agreed. Big doorway. It's not attractive. Robert is walking the old man up the stairs. As y'all are all kind of following up the stairs at this point, going up back to the 3rd floor, where you saw him exit previously with the 2 ladies who seem to work for the inn here. He holds the door open. He says, mind the mess. I haven't got to clean up yet. As he opens the door and kind of pushes it open for you to slide in, as Robert walks him in there. As you look and see, as there are wine bottles all over this place. If you're afraid that you're going to make a lot of noise as you walk through the bottles as they clink into each other, several rose petals spewed across his bed. His bed, different than most, it is in the shape of a heart on there, and seems to be perpetually rotating in the very center of the room. It's strange. There's no nightstand nearby. There's just a few dressers and many, many throw pillows that seem to be all off the side of the bed, where the bed is just unmade at this point, with red silken linens on the top.
Not the word I was expecting.
So it goes around.
Oh, sorry. Throw pillows is not the word I was expecting, but that's a great word.
Okay.
So look,
Yeah.
look, the bed goes round and round, and then we'll run up and
As we walk in, I quickly turn back to the ladies that will open the door, and I go, "Thank you, Anna," and then run in and run around the bed.
What?
I don't
I'm
think
thanking
you're
one of the
right.
girls.
No. The two ladies that were there last night from, I think it was 2 episodes ago, where he was introduced, the ladies that that walked out of his room early that morning. They're not there. They work in the thing, and they were downstairs. Yeah.
I must have imagined it. Must have
Yeah.
hit in the head.
Yeah, the whole head bonking thing. As you close the door behind us, he says,
Draw the shades off to the side. That bone man could peek in and find out where we're going.
I'll go to the window and I'll look around, make sure Bone Man isn't in sight, and I'll close the windows.
Also,
slide the curtains back across. There's about 3 windows here. You slide
just to
over.
clarify, we're not really going to have an orgy with you, okay? This is my brother.
I know, I'm not that
Which
bad.
isn't, like, it's not even just one of the reasons why we're not going to do it.
I'm not. I know. I understand. That's not what I'm saying.
But sometimes I
I'm
can be very
6.
convincing.
I'm not saying that. I'm trying to help you.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I'm trying to get you out of here. If you want to just go down the tunnel, you can. I just want to at least send you off where they won't know that you're going. I've traveled across the Asterion before. I can send you pretty much anywhere. Do you have a place that you call home? Otherwise, I'll send you where I think is safest.
You could send us to Keynak's place because he's not there.
I could
No,
do that.
there is another place. I'm
What about
trying
your-
to remember what it was called.
What about your home? Well, we don't. Our home is the road. We're from the circus, you know. So
The
like,
original Red Wagon Inn.
oh yeah, what's that?
You want to go to the Charger one?
Meredith.
I don't know.
Megadeth?
I know a few Merediths.
Yeah, you do.
But if you're
On the
looking
other
to
side of Asterion.
if you're looking to go to the original Red Wagon Inn, I could send you to Novigrad. Or if you want to go to the headquarters, I could send you to New Bradenbrook.
We have to go. We have the babies. We have to deliver the babies.
Zania,
No.
what were you saying?
Mabel in Novigrad, I believe,
yes.
raised the eggs.
Mabel. Thank you, Zinnia. Thank you. Mabel.
Hold on. As he reaches into his robe, he pulls out a small little black book. He begins flipping through. You. As he flips through.
I can't say no, Mabel, but I could send you to Novigrad. No problem.
Well, the little the half thing, the gnome, the angry gnome.
Uh-huh.
You know the angry gnome.
Oh, Tinksel, the angry gnome. I know her.
She told us about Mabel.
Oh, all right. Well, I could send you to Novigrad then. Is Mabel male or female?
We don't know.
We could find out for you.
Please send a letter back if she is quite pretty.
Oh, okay.
Tell her
Also,
that I'm
we-
very handsome, of course.
We will.
You won't
We
have to
will.
lie about that one.
It's probably better if I do.
Sorry.
We We also have like some order. I know it's probably not like the most pressing thing to have done right now, but we had some orders that we placed with like this lovely bard lady who was selling wares out in the street. Joy.
Giles,
My
Yes,
kill.
yeah.
my daughter.
Is that your daughter?
Yes, you got work with her. She's so very talented. I'm so proud of her.
Congratulations, you should be, because
Yes.
she's a real catch. I mean, not that you caught her because she's your daughter,
All
but
right.
whatever.
She takes after her mother. Quite talented.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna do a duet with her and everything, but
You're the ones. She was going to have me play music with you all, and her.
oh, well, that sucks. That
Well,
was gonna be fun.
Next time.
Think not of it. If Joyce is to bring you wares, then I shall travel with her and accompany her on the road. We will find you where you go, and we shall make a duet of it. Well, a triplet.
I like Joyous. She's a nice lady.
She is. She was raised right, entirely by her mother, you understand?
Yes. Okay, so should we leave tomorrow? What do we do? Do we leave now? How do we escape?
You, as he points to Team and Robert, please clear some of the bottles off on the floor. Just move them out of the way.
For the clank of as you're moving everything out of the way, you have to move quite a few of them off and around the ground. This is a pigsty, to be sure. You're hoping that this is weeks worth of alcohol and not just a night's worth. As you move all bottles enough out of the way, after about a minute or two, it's enough. It's big enough. He says, go in, go. I'll send you to Novigrad then. It's one of my favorite places. You'll enjoy it. Just I'm fine. As he lets go of Robert, just stand about there in the circle that you made.
We're not gonna walk there?
No. Not if you want to get there soon.
If I have an inkling, we do have a few things we need to do before we leave. First off, we actually need to see your daughter, and we need to see Dane one more time.
Do what you need. I would be very quick about it.
Okay. We will be right back.
What do we need to see Dane for?
Yeah.
The special metal that can defeat or bring down the unwilling faster.
Is he
We
gonna be able
need
to
to
have
see
that
you.
right now?
I don't know. This is why we need to ask.
Uh-huh. Can we send a message with you,
Ata.
Kane? Because you're gonna bring us the clothes, right? Like you and Joyous are gonna bring us the clothes.
Yes. So we'll make a song of it. Novigrad is legendary. The greatest song in the world was created there, and so I would love to be able to play on that stage. And so Joyous and I could come, and if there's something that you need spoken to Dane, I can do so.
Then
We
can
need
just
the
get
steel.
out of here safe.
We need that steel, we need those weapons, and we also need the clothes that your daughter has.
Oh, all right. Well, shoot. It's a lot
I
to
trust
carry for
you.
me, but I could get it to you.
I
Remember,
trust you to keep our secret.
I would not tell a soul. Your friend Valos is here for you. Remember that.
He kind of smiles and looks up at Zinnia as he says that.
Team's gonna whisper over as quiet as he can, just smile and nod.
She'll do her best to smile, but her teeth start to show and her gums a little bit, and just like,
It's ferocious, but you're not necessarily sure that deters him.
Maybe he likes it rough.
Right. I could deliver it. Just not a problem. I'll get it sent to you. Might I recommend, if you are going to Novigrad, you'll be in the kingdoms of Korocrusha, right? And so, most of all, I would thoroughly suggest steering clear of the capital if I were you. Team, I think your name was. Still bad blood from the war and whatnot.
This is why I need a better cloak.
Well, Joyos makes the best in the business, I assure you. Oh,
Are we legging it?
Yeah, on the magic bed. Where do you want us?
Was Joyous downstairs?
Wasn't currently when y'all were down there before.
Valos, do you happen to have a piece of paper and pen?
always.
He takes out his little black book and rips out a small piece of paper.
He's going to take the piece of paper and write on there for Dane to do nothing. He's just going to hold the piece of paper and pen and think about what he's doing.
Oh, wait. I think I might actually have something.
Are you saying this as Zania?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I learned this new thing recently. I haven't tried it out yet. But I can kind of like send a message through the mind to people I know.
A bit of recollection like hits his older mind.
I've heard of that. I had a friend who used to do that a long time back. Wonderful. Just you should send it on to any of us. I love it. It's such a great bit of magic.
Okay. And then so she's gonna just like think about it and imagine Dane in her mind. And she's just gonna close her eyes and just go, hey Dane, it's Zania. How's that unwilling metal looking? Will it take long to make? We are in a rush.
You've got 4 more words.
Are you pooping? I'm just kidding.
Jackie gets another GM.
It's a Critical Role reference. Critical Role fans out there.
I got you.
Darn. Do you actually say that?
The last bits, no, that's
Okay.
not a thing
Gotcha.
to-
Right. So you send it off to there. So with the way the spell works, you pull out the copper wire for the spell component. As you close your eyes, you kind of hold it up almost like a wand between your hands. As you do so, a bit of your red magical energy begins to pour out like a red mist. You see it kind of flow downward and to the right, seeming to like seep down into the floorboards as her eyes are closed before suddenly the red mist stops. As all of you are kind of looking, never having seen Zania do this type of magic before, you kind of come back to, like, hoping that the spells work before you hear back,
Oh, I didn't know you'd be gone so quickly. It's gonna take maybe another day for the weapons to be ready. If you wait, I can get them. But you seem to be gone.
Dane ends it there, thinking that you're doing ascending. He thinks you're gone.
well, Dane said it would take about a day for the weapons.
A day?
Yeah.
He's so slow at that forge.
You know this to be a very, very fast speed for the amount of weapons that you've asked for.
Well, worst comes to worst, we can just stay here for one more day.
I
I
mean,
think. Oh, I mean, we're getting away from the unwilling. I'm assuming that the weapons would get to us faster than he would.
I don't believe the unwilling would attack us here at the Red Wagon Inn. We would just have to stay here at the inn for a day.
That's what I believe too.
He wouldn't dare attack us inside of the inn. He doesn't have the balls, literally and metaphorically. It's okay. Team's gonna tap him on the head. Be like, yes, that was funny.
It was.
I'm worried that the longer we stay here, the more imposition that we're having on the people of the Red Wagon Inn, and also the more danger that we're in.
Oh, quite a lot at this point.
Yeah. When in doubt, leg it.
What do you think, Robert?
Let me pray. Let me see what the Whispers has to say.
As Robert walks over to the window, he kind of opens the curtain just a little bit and pops open the window. Chat, as Robert prays on what he wants to do, what do you think Robert should do here? Should they wait? Do you think waiting a day is a good idea, or do you think they should get out of Dodge here and now? Because Robert has an idea in his head of something that he needs to do. Have him whisper, yeah, Robert.
I don't know what to do here. I'm at a bit of an impasse. I want to help my friends as much as I can. I don't think that they should stay here, but I have business here still.
It seems like a 50-50 right now. Rub.
Rub.
Rub. Just
Rub.
rub.
Rubbing it. Wait, no.
That's the deity for Pervy Kane, just popping in.
Hey, just rub.
Just rub it.
Oh, it actually seems pretty split.
Robert looks and says, maybe there is no right answer.
As he, seeing that it's pretty split, he closes.
Let me tell you what I'm thinking.
The chat split, and so is the party.
Let me tell you what I'm thinking. I think you all should go. I think you should go to Novigrad. Don't think me a fool. I will not fight him if you're not here. There's no point for that. He wouldn't even know what's best. But I have business still in finding my brother's body in the sands. I never planned to leave Ashburn just to come here to resupply. I don't know that this is a journey that I should go on with you all. As you said, I was not a part of this. I don't know that it would do anything to me. I could go to the Scorch, search for my brother. You've given me boots and coins enough to live on for quite some time. And perhaps my not being there, you would be free to run and sneak about. I know I hold you back sometimes.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of him.
As Robert tries his best, as you...
Can I react to that?
Yeah, Team goes over it with his big bony hand, almost more bludgeoning damage than slapping damage. The bones smack against Robert's face. He's just, Salt, what are you doing as a react?
I want to try to stop the smack if possible.
Oh, okay, yeah, before that happens, sure, you see Team walk over to him and rear his hand back quickly.
I sort of jump in to sort of grab his hand.
Roll a dexterity save.
15 plus 6 is not 21.
21. Team rolled a hit, as if you were using your proficient weapon.
That's a 21.
Who's got higher dex? I'm going to say Salt.
I have a +3.
Ooh.
I have a +3.
Roll off again, then.
All right.
15 plus 6, 21.
16 plus 8.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Salt, you go. Your tail tries to catch his hand out of the air, but it just smacks. It almost looks like your tail was going to attack Robert as well, for how just right at the very end you miss it. As Robert says, "Ugh."
Now, listen to me. We love you. You are a part of our family, but it is true what you say.
Straight out as a DM pause. I love you, What you're saying's true.
That's exactly what he's doing.
My jaw just dropped.
Team's upset.
Just needed to
But
hit something.
He needed to hit something, and he knew Robert's face could take it. So, what you say is true, and we have put you through immeasurable amounts of shit. But
Yeah, one more instance here and now.
from the beginning, this is what you wanted. You wanted to go find your brother, and I told you I would help you find him. Did I not say that?
Yes, yes.
So me leaving, I'm not going to be able to do that.
Do your thing and then come back. If I haven't found him yet, then you can help. Or if I find him, I will come help you in Novigrad.
If you want to roll a persuasion to try and convince him to come, then you definitely can.
Robert,
Alright, I'm gonna walk over to my sister. Because I know she's gonna need a hug in a second.
I dove into the water and the voices told me that they would keep me safe. But I don't understand how we're going to be safe if we're not together.
Summer, you understand, even if I am not physically with you, if you will have the God of Whispers and Terror in your heart, I will always be with you, as I serve them the same as you do now. If you whisper my name on the wind, I will come running for you, I swear. But this is my brother. I must find him and give him a proper burial.
I need you to know one thing. If you die, so help me, I will come to the Duat, and I will kill you again.
I don't know what a doot is. But if you find me in the celestial plane, then you just may.
I don't think I will make it there, but please be safe.
Robert comes
Teams-
over and glass.
Team's gonna
Grasps
remove
hands.
the very tip of his pinky, and he's gonna slide it into his armor.
Into Robert's armor?
Yeah.
God,
It's very confused by this.
what? Didn't that hurt?
You saw me with my head off.
And I thought it
Actually, you
hurt.
didn't. Actually, you didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's right, he didn't. I had my head off at one point, Robert.
Look, I can do this now, and the team's gonna take off his head and put it back on.
Robert said, oh! Valis is like, oh,
Yes.
First time. You see it laughing at Robert's surprise as your head pops off and on.
This is very true, as there are dudes. Drew, sculpts a Robert. Rybo. Goodbye, Robert.
I was about to reply to that.
Look, you can convince him not to.
Yeah, but it's not the right thing to do.
No. I walk up to
Doesn't mean it's the
To
end of
Robert.
Robert. He's just got his thing he has to do.
it can't be the end of Robert. He was in the chapter 1. I walk up to Robert and I look at him and I go into in my pocket and I pull out this raggedy, mangled little pouch, which has 3 copper coins in it. And I give it to him and I say, "This is the first pouch I ever owned. It took care of me. It's going to take care of you."
Robert holds up the coins and he looks into it. He says,
is this all you have? I wouldn't take this from you.
No, this is. I smack him. I go, we've got more money than
Everyone
that, Robert.
stop
You've already
doing this."
seen it.
Is Salt has to jump to smack him in the face.
They just boops him on the nose. I have
We can talk without hitting.
As Valis is just laughing at this.
He says, The only thing I would ask is if I could borrow coin, then I wouldn't have to search alone. I can put a quest on the board, right?
Valis is
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Then the coin that you said I had, let me use that to find my brother sooner rather than later.
Do you need more coin?
You said that there was more to have. If I could, then yes. Then I could get back to you sooner. I'll pay you the coin back.
There is a whole
I look back to my
900
sister.
more gold, I believe, for you.
Robert eyes are just so what? Why?
There is a stipulation, though, and I'm not going to hit you. But
He
you
kinda
must get in
goes back a
contact
little
with Zinnia at least once every other day, if we are to do this.
I can't go across Asterion that quickly.
No, but she can talk to you.
You can reach me? Zinnia,
Yeah, just like how I did with Dane right now.
I thought that might have been something you can only do once. If you could do that, then I will keep in constant contact.
As long as I sleep.
You, Valus, there are rocks. I have come across them in my travels. There are rocks that you can talk to people from vast distances.
Yes.
Do you know where we could find one, or where he could find one?
Oh,
Or,
well,
I guess a pair.
Aspern is too small a town to have something like that. But however, New Bradenbrook, which is not terribly far from Novigrad, that's the head of the Mages College and Guild. If you go there, they make magical items.
What was that place, Ryan?
New Bradenbrook.
Well, when you come back to give us our stuff, you don't have to bring one of those cloaks. Sorry, Robert, that was supposed to be a surprise, but you have a cloak.
Robert, mimicking in the way you do it, but much softer.
Stop buying me things. It feels wrong.
Well, Robert, I didn't buy you this, but I think you should have it. And I weakly pick up the axe and I give it to him. I think on your own and with you, it would do much better in your care.
I can't. This could be your bargaining chip for your life.
I mean, it hasn't been clearly. It didn't work on Keynak. The dragon just left it. Who would want to bargain with it? I'm too weak to use it. You got the muscle. Pick it up.
Robert
Oh.
puts his hand out to grasp it as he puts the axe in both hands.
How easily does he pick it up?
It's heavy for him, you can tell. But seems wieldable.
See? Way better than I have already.
Are you sure? Are you certain?
Of course.
Looking down at the axe, he looks back at you all.
Are you certain I shouldn't bring you Keynak's head?
As he says as a joke, as he kind of like twirls the axe.
Not until we are all ready together.
So he throws the axe up over his shoulders.
You all are far too kind to me, and have not been one to deserve it. And no, I will pay it back. I will bury my brother, and I will come help you on your journey. We will write your name for Keynak, and we will end this Emerald Plague.
As he kind of holds the axe up.
We will return this axe to her and bury it in her skull. I'll
Ryan.
see you soon.
Salt.
As he's walking out, what kind of pouches does he have?
Say what?
Just answer the question for me.
Do you
kind of
hand him the 900 gold at any point?
I looked to Summer because she's got it all in her hat, so hopefully she's done that.
Okay, Summer, yeah, you open up the pouch and
I'll
hand him
just take
a
the
large sack of gold that he puts on his side, ties it, throws his cape covering most of it, but
So he's got a bunch of pouches there. Can I roll a slay of hand?
yeah.
And my tail is going to reach out and deposit another pouch of 100 gold.
Oh. Absolutely.
It's
Roll the
really
sleight of hand.
That is 13 plus 9, 21.
21.
So 13, by the
Everyone
way.
not currently watching out for this with your low passive perception. Salt, not even your sister notices this one as they're in the midst of an emotional goodbye. You, as he is about to cinch the large pouch up, you slide the string of the other pouch in there so it cinches and connects to it so that there's two as he pulls his cloak over. He steps back and away, not leaving the room, but just back to watch you all, as if to bid you farewell as he stands there, as Valos says, I'll make sure that he's down and safe. It's fine. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. That's you all. I need to get you out of here, I think. Are you ready to go?
Before
Make it.
we go, can you put up the picture of Beach Day one more time?
I can indeed. Beach day. As Robert
time.
chilling with everybody there, enjoying his beach day and beach time. This is not the end of Robert. Know that. You're just leaving him for now. It is not goodbye
Yeah.
forever. It is goodbye
Ryan
for
was
now.
that one, but it's rude. It's rude, Drew.
As Valos looks over and he says, so to Novigrad then. Keep in touch. As he points to Zinnia and looks back at it. Keep in touch and you'll see each other again soon. As Valos begins looking into his pouch before holding something in his hand, he says, just be careful out there, okay?
I take Penguin out of the hat and hold him close.
As you hold the penguin up, Penguin McCool says, hey, what's going on here? Penguin, not really knowing or aware of what's going on. Valos, also not recognizing the significance of Penguin, pulls out this sudden blue crystalline flower before he sets it. And around you all, this sudden puff of blue particles and magic begin floating up and around your feet. You begin to levitate momentarily as this circle surrounds you by your feet. As you look around like, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. You've never done this before. You don't know what he's doing before Robert looks at all of you and gives you a salute. As Penguin says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is he doing that? What are we doing here? As Valos says, good luck. As he flicks this flower. As you all suddenly, very Harry Potter apparition kind, suddenly your vision is turned into nothing but a blur of colors. Before darkness enters your vision, you feel yourself stretched thin like too much butter on toast before suddenly you begin to pull yourself back together as light enters your vision. As you suddenly find yourself pushed out as a spark of blue magic flies around you as a bright white light enters your vision. You have to cover your eyes before you realize the light isn't going away. You turn and look and around you it is dark. However, you are what appear to be feet away from a giant brazier with maybe about 10 feet in diameter with a beautiful white flame at the very, very center of it. The white flame goes up maybe about 20 feet in the air, seeming to be the sole source of this light that blinds your eyes as you turn and look to the side. The town in itself, filled with very human architecture, a mixture of stone and wood all around, lanterns hanging outside the different buildings, shop signs hanging down, a very human attribute. Dwarves, elves, and others put their shops right in the middle of the door. They mark them on the doors, but it's a very human thing to have a shop sign hanging down. As you do so, this appears to be a large city, as you cannot see the end of it, but being as such, you seem to be in what is almost a town square, as around you there are several different stalls nearing the distance, but where you're at here, next to this giant brazier of white flame, around and on the ground there are several bouquets on the ground, flowers, piles of roses and flowers that appear to be at the foot of this here flame, as there's also a family of maybe three. A father, a mother, and a young boy. The father with a military-esque crew cut, the mother on the side with short blonde hair as well, and the boy mimicking his father's hair with brown hair that goes up to the top, kind of pointed to the tip there. As they kind of see you pull in, as he kind of pulls them back to the side. As he says, "God, what? She warned somebody. I thought this ley line was closed ages ago."
I'm gonna quickly go, Novigrad! It is us, bringers of the Emerald Plague.
As the man reaches back and kind of pulls his wife and child back, his wife pushes his arm to the side, seeming to not care about what he says. The wife moves forward. "Emerald Plague? What do you mean? You bring a plague to Novigrad?"
No. We were gifted the title by a giant dragon.
What are you speaking of? What dragon? Where did you come from?
Team's putting his hood over his head, and he's just grabbing Salt. And he's like, without trying to make eye contact with these people, because Team doesn't know, Team doesn't even know where the hell he is. But he's got the hood up, and he's just. It is the saying back where we just came from. There is no plague.
Yeah, where did you come from? Why do you speak of a plague and you teleport right into the sacred flame?
We are from Ashbourne.
Ashburn. I don't know of an Ashburn.
The Scorch, the Oasis.
Where are we?
You're in Korakrusha in Novigrad. You said that. You said Novigrad, we bring the plague. What plague do you bring?
There is no plague.
Roll a
Plaque.
persuasion team.
It's a plaque. He meant to say, we bring the emerald plaque. It's a beautiful plaque made out of emerald. It's fucking great, okay?
Whoever is gonna win
I
this
did bring
dice.
You're
Awesome.
welcome.
That's an R.
That's a nat 20. Solid. Summer, you kind of do the same. You aid Team in that of like, it's a plaque. It's not a big thing. Team's like, there is no plague. It's not a big deal. She says, then watch your tongue around little ones. They frighten easily. We don't
He
need
has
any
a
more
speech
plague.
impediment.
What'd you say,
Rude.
Summer? Sorry.
He has a speech impediment. You don't need to go pointing it out like that. You should be teaching the children respect.
It's fine. It's fine. Everyone, we are sorry. He is just a child as well.
Let's get out of here.
Novigrad!
As you all begin walking, Salt just, Novigrad! You see roads that head to the north, the east, the south, and the west. You are currently what appears to be kind of the crossroads in the center of town here, as the roads are very large, but you see them kind of go smaller, and you can see them go off several distances to the north of you. I need everybody to roll a perception check for me.
12 for Team.
19 for Zmia.
19.
21.
21. Zinnia and Summer, you looking around. It is quite dark out still, though at this part of the world it is dark a little later. It's basically just past sunset at this point. As you look off to the north, there's still a little bit of red in the sky, enough to where you can see mountains to the north and a forest as it kind of goes upwards in its slope. The mountains are quite large from here. Off to the right, you see several buildings that kind of lead. The right path seems to be, or the eastern path, I guess is the easiest way to say it. The eastern path seems to lead not quite as far as the others before it ends in kind of a wooden wall that surrounds the town here. You can't even see where the end of the western path is or the southern one, but from where you're at, you seem to be kind of smack dab in the center of things. The buildings are quite large around here. You can't necessarily see through them besides what you can see down the roads and the mountains that hang and loom underneath the town. The mountains appear to be a few miles away still. You're not right on the town or anything, but they are nearby. Where are you headed? As you said, you were walking away. Novigrad!
Oh man, we don't even have any leads. The only person we know don't even know directly is Mabel, and we don't even have a last name.
To the Red Wagon Inn.
There would be a Red Wagon Inn. And I turn to
Before
my.
we-
Sorry, you go.
Sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I turn to Summer and say, "Wait, we're not bringers of the Emerald Plague."
We shouldn't tell people that.
Oh, okay. It's a secret.
Sure. Secret. Yeah. That's what we call lies these days. Maybe
Is-
Robert was telling me a secret when he said he'd always be there for me.
Hey, yeah. What's up with that? Where is he? Where's the big guy?
I don't know. He pulled a pepper.
Oh. Screw him then. If he leaves us, we don't need him.
Cheers.
To the Red Wagon Inn.
Summer, head low, not feeling this, saddened and also a bit angry at Robert for having left her. Not a big fan of people leaving. Summer kind of starts walking. What direction are you heading, Summer?
I'm walking towards wherever seems the most traffic.
Okay. We'll say that's towards the western side of town. You walk past the people heading west. As team, you still talk as she's walking.
Oh no, I'm actively trying to stop her for a
Okay,
moment. Summer, is there any... I know you have done disguises before. Is there any way you could help me out? I'm a little on edge from what I was told about this place. And what I am.
Zinnia, roll me a religion check as team talks about this.
10.
10. You know what team has told you, and what most people know about the Unwilling. The Koracrucians, in a war a long time ago, brought the Unwilling back, and this is the kingdom of the Koracrucians.
So they like them.
Only got a 10, don't know more than that.
Well, Bella said that the capital of the Koracrucian kingdom doesn't like Unwilling. We don't know if Novigrad is the capital or not.
That can be, everyone can roll a history on that one, except team. This team has pretty much been in the Scorch in the lower parts for a long, long time.
18?
So,
Summer, Novigrad is not the capital of Koracrucia. You don't know what it is, but you know that Novigrad is not it.
I don't know. It's not here. This doesn't look like a capital to me. We didn't have it like listed as one of the, huge places that we would go to on tour. So it doesn't strike me as a capital. I don't know where it is. It's not here.
I'm still
Tim,
gonna just take his hood, tuck it lower, and just huddle up more in his cloak.
yeah, unfortunately, I can't. I can only do that to myself. I mean, I have this spell that lets me change small things, but if someone comes close to you, they're gonna know.
I was hoping maybe if you had some sort of kit or something that we could help you make a mask or something like that. But if you
Salt?
don't, it is fine.
Do you have anything like that?
I pull out a scarecrow face.
You have a pumpkin?
No, it's a scarecrow face.
Like a burlap sack.
Scarecrow face!
Team, Salt pulls out a burlap sack with 2 holes cut into it.
Okay.
This
Put his cloak back over.
You drape it. You have to put more holes in it as you slide it over the horns on your head. But, it's not as noticeable as you pull the cloak over. But now, should anyone be looking, they see Scarecrow from the Batman movies and comics looking at them through the cloak. But you still are covered, and it is nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
It'll do for now. Let's find the Red Wagon Inn.
Great. Summer was currently walking to the west. It seems to be the densest portion of the city. Going to continue that way, or are you going to ask around? There are a few people out walking from place to place. There's also a few guards that seem to be posted around this central area here in general half-plate kind of mail and a similar haircut to what the man that was there at the flame in the center of Novigrad has. just kind of sitting, not necessarily active on guard duty, but having spears and halberds that are up next to them as they're just sitting and observing the townsfolk. There's not many people out doing business right now, as it is getting later in the night.
Does anyone have the pin on that I can see?
You could go around and roll a perception if you want to take a look at people.
I want to kind of like look to see if there's anyone who is wearing the pin.
I'll
Okay.
look with Summer.
Both of y'all roll a perception. If you want to ask people, that's something different, but if you're just looking for the pin, that's perception.
Actually, I probably ask if she doesn't find anyone.
Yeah, 4.
Okay. Zinnia, then roll an investigation instead.
14 minus 1, a 13.
13. Zinnia, guards. You trust guards? Go talk to them. As you walk over to one man, he's sitting there just kind of chewing on a pear. He looks up at you. Half elven, you can see his ears are a little bit more pointed. Sorry, did you need something?
Hi, I'm sorry to bother you, but do you mind pointing us in the direction of the Red Wagon Inn?
Oh, yeah, adventurers. I should have seen by your clothing. Yeah, if you keep heading to the west, I think it's half stone, half wood. You'll see the upper half is wooden. It's strange on the third story. Big old. You should see it. There's a big red wagon on the side. This one's different. Have you been here before?
I haven't, no.
Different than other red wagons. You might not know. You might not recognize it right away. It doesn't have the red wagon sign. It has an actual wagon hanging off the side. It's on a chain.
Is this the first Red Wagon Inn?
Yeah, this is the charter. This is where it all started.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard. That's cool. And you might have not known we were adventurers. I'm wearing a dress covered in strawberries, so I can see why you got us confused.
Yeah, it was more your friend in the back there. As he kind of points over to Team.
God damn it.
Just standing there awkwardly. Thank you. So we're just right down the west this way.
Yeah, it's on the right. Forgive me, I don't go to that part of the town very much. If you go down, you shouldn't be able to miss it. It's the wagon hanging right out the front. You can ask other people. You'll find it.
Sure. Oh, great. Thank you. I appreciate it. What was her name?
Kerrigan. Nice to meet you.
Kerrigan. Thank
Raises
you.
his hand up.
Kerrigan. Thank you.
Shakes your
All right.
hand. He sits back down, bites a pear. As y'all are walking, where'd you say you came from?
Ashburn.
Long way from Ashburn.
Does Zinnia know how far it is? Jackie knows because she looked at the map. But
You
does
can roll a
Zinnia know?
history.
Natural 1.
Natural
No.
1.
To the jail you go.
Quite a distance. You know, you never hear about people who came from Coracrucia down in the Scorch.
Got it. I'll go back to the party and let them know.
Zinnia walks back over, tells you what the guard said. Team, you were wondering and curious as the guard did point to you at one point.
Does he want to kill me?
Oh, no. He can tell we're adventurers because of how you're dressed.
You can tell by a cloak and a burlap sack.
That's what I wondered. I mean, I'm wearing a strawberry dress, so, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Could be, Penguin Nichols, could be a giant sword and shield and bow on your back, but you know.
Oh, that too. I've spent so much time with you, I just don't see that anymore.
You should wear more blendy-in clothes like they do. As you look at Salt and Summer, Summer in her ringleader circus attire. Actually, you may be in your summer dress right now.
Dress,
Okay, yeah, you're still in your strawberry dress then.
Well, technically the sword's under the cloak, but yes, I did forget the shield and the bow and the 2 bows and the quivers. Yeah.
I said, I whispered to Summer, it might be time we put Penguin away to not attract any more attention.
You right, bud?
Yeah, it's fine. Just get me out when we get there. Pop back onto your head. As You've been pointed off the direction of the Red Wagon Inn.
Let's do it.
Forward and onwards.
Right. As the Merry Berries head off to the west, down the road. Somebody said it in chat, and it just reminded me of it. Drop my pencil, and I don't want to drop that. I'll find it later. Hopefully I don't need it. You head on down the western road, as you're going down, you see several businesses that line the street. Fletcher's, fruit merchants, vegetables, etc. There are also several vendors of various religious paraphernalia that are here. This is a kind of crossroad town, and you see several different new gods and old gods paraphernalia that goes through here. However, nearby, as you're going down the street, you seem to see a temple of sorts. It just gives you temple-esque vibe, or a church. The front of it has a stained glass with, and forgive me, as I had this logo and symbol prior to the idea that we were playing for them. White on the outside with a red cross in the center, not like a Jesus cross, but an actual plus sign. But hey, these are the Red Cross people. On one of the churches that are there, up towards the very top, with a bell on the top of its tower. It is very, if you're thinking Christian church, like old stone Christian churches, that would be very akin to what you'd be seeing here. As you go by, there are several steps that lead up to the top of this thing, and there are a couple what look to be clergymen or monks that are there dusting off the steps for the night. As they see you all walk by, one of them kind of stops and gives you a nod before just returning back to his duties, brushing off the rest of the steps. Zinnia, actually everybody in this one can roll me a religion check.
Wow. 21.
21.
How's that even possible?
7.
16 team.
I owe $5 to the Red Cross. I rolled a 6.
Hey. Everyone kind of walks by this without thinking. However, Salt, that's where you've seen that symbol before. We're in Koracrucia. It makes sense that you would see the Koracrucian symbol.
Of course.
Ah, the Red Cross is bringing back people from the dead.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
I see.
So I'm going to be walking along, and I'll be like, yeah, so this is a city, and over there you can see the signal of the Kyracusans, and that's a building, and that's a window.
His Salt is describing buildings to you, but then he also points out the cross on the windows. A classic Koracrucian look to it. As you've traveled around before, you've seen that symbol once or twice on some temples and cathedrals, mostly in larger ones. This seems to be a very small subsect here as y'all walk through the streets. However, as y'all are walking and Salt is describing this and talking about the times he's seen that symbol before in his life and how they performed for the Koracrucians once or twice in their life, Zinnia, you're kind of paying attention as you look down the roads trying to find... Oh, gosh, okay. Down the road to the side, Zinnia, with your high passive perception, you do see a wagon hanging out from a 3-story inn here. Being that this is the Charter Inn, you would have thought it to be nicer than the one that you saw in Ashburn. However, this one does not give that appearance to you. As you see the stonework, shoddy, not dwarvish made at all. The woodwork kind of almost hastily put back together. It's not what you were expecting, to be sure. As you point out to the rest of the group, it's just a few houses down to the right. There's a small road that leads off to the right. The lanterns that are up there lit, illuminating the streets before you.
It's right up ahead. I kind of see the edge of the wagon hanging.
Wait, is the wagon in the inn?
Wagon is hanging outside as if it were like a sign. It's just a red wagon, much like one that a young child might pull.
Right. So it's not like I was imagining it was like a big ass wagon had like driven into the inn, which makes no sense because I've seen the logo for the Red Wagon Inn before.
You have seen the logo. Yeah, it is what you see on our logo right below me, right down there. That's what normally the inn has out front, except this one has the wagon hanging from that little handle.
Salt, don't steal that wagon.
Or
So
don't steal anything right now. We are brand new to this place.
Acquire.
We should probably stay relatively innocent for now.
Yes, the wagon does not look like it needs to be liberated.
Okay.
you say as you're walking over, before you go to open the door to the inn, there's a few steps that lead up to the base floor of this inn. There's less outside kind of picnic-esque sitting areas for people to be. There is a stable out back for people to put their horses, but it's small, it's not roofed. This thing seems to maybe have at one time been a really nice location, but just hasn't been fixed up and gotten with the times at all. As you kind of pause and look up at the wagon before you open the door, Summer, you say, again, don't steal that.
But if I was, I would do it this way.
That's such a good idea. Why don't you write down how you would do things, and then maybe that'll get that energy out of you. You know what I mean? Kind of like a mystery novel or something.
Ooh. I could add mystery novel writer to my repertoire.
Author. Another great A word.
This is true.
Salt, master, archaeological, blacksmith, acrobatic detective, author. At your service. I like it.
Zania, you look down and a smile creeps over before you open the Red Wagon Inn door. This one not a big, strong, sturdy door like it was before. The door just kind of swings. It's almost saloon-esque in that there's no actual handle, no lock to this door or anything as you push it open, heading on inside. The interior is a little better than the outside was. It is very reminiscent of the other inn that you saw, very stonework floor. However, again, not dwarvish stone. This is kind of patchwork stone on the ground with grouting in between instead of nice, smooth, flat dwarvish stone. It's, rough stone on the ground. This is very much more akin to like a hunter's lodge on the inside. The bar is made out of actual wood this time. It's not as much meant to last on here. The stools kind of crooked, one leg a little bit longer than the other one. Several pelts laid over each of the chairs from hunters past to make the chairs at least a little bit more comfortable. A big fireplace and a hearth off to the side. There is still a stage just like in the other one. This stage is in the very center of this place here, and there are chairs and dining tables are surrounding it. There are tons of adventurers in here. Lots of people parked it on the inside here. Everybody roll me a perception check real quick. 5, 6, 7,
17?
17. Team?
The burlap sack on my face gave me a nat 1.
Oh, beautiful. Team, as you're like, God, I can't see in this thing, you're tempted to take it off just because, gosh, it's covering your eyes. As you all walk into the inn here, you look around and see several adventurers all kind of talking between each other. There is a song playing over the someone up on the stage there seeming to just be playing a fiddle, not in a kind of country fiddle style, much more just kind of slow violin-esque music, as a bard is just attempting to create atmosphere here. There's a woman behind the bar who seems to be serving out drinks and alcohol, but she does not give the attire of a barkeeper. She has almost robes and finer clothing than you would expect to find in a place like this. However, Zania, as you're looking around, you notice this is largely humans here within this establishment. There are a few dwarves. They are kind of grouped together. However, you do also see a small group of 3 unwilling parked in the corner, off to the side, all just kind of sitting there. Obviously, they have no drinks or anything around them, but they do have several decks of cards, some coins, a few other types of games that are out there in front of them. just conversing between each other. They appear to have adventure-esque gear, much like the rest of them do. But you notice this off in a booth in the corner of your eye.
I'm gonna gently elbow Team. And I'm gonna fix his burlap sack a little bit so he can see better, and then turn his head a little bit to pretend he's looking at. I'm looking at his like size, but really I'm turning his attention to the table. Team. Look at the table in the corner over there.
And there's people like me.
Yeah.
There's like no joy behind this right now. Like, no.
You can probably
Less
take
still-
the sack off.
Yeah.
This is true. And we'll pull the cloak back and then take off this stupid fucking burlap sack.
You try and pull it up, but it rips on your horns as you pull it out. So you're like, "Gah!"
He looks down at Salt and says, "Sorry, didn't mean to rip it."
I have another one.
Salt,
Why?
you put it back in your pouch as you look into your pouch. Do you actually have other burlap sacks in there, or are you sad that he ruined your only one?
No. I've got at least one more.
Sounds good. Just making sure.
I spent a day just writing a whole bunch of stupid stuff in there, so it's all good.
Beautiful.
I would imagine he probably would have acquired the one that Robert's boots came in.
Yeah. Salt might have grabbed that one right off
Just
the
call
ground.
me a Kender and be done with it.
The lady behind the bar looks at you all, kind of cleaning one of the glasses. As she looks over, she's like, "You can sit down?"
Oh. Yeah.
Take a seat anywhere.
Is that how you greet all of your new customers?
When they're making me nervous, just standing there, yeah?
Well, okay.
Team noticeably has the... Well, no, he doesn't, because he has the cloak on. Never mind.
Can we get some rooms, please?
Sure. You members?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many?
5.
Oh,
Four.
not
Four.
5
Not
anymore.
Oof. Sadness.
Three, right? Three. 'Cause the twins sleep together.
3.
Well, maybe 2.
Everyone seems to enjoy sleeping in different rooms, so yeah, probably make it 3.
I
She
mean,
holds up
what's,
the keys. Is it 2 or 3?
what's the max amount of beds in a room?
2.
We don't need beds.
We'll take 2 rooms.
Right. She kind of throws her hand up. The keys float over your way.
Ryan, while this is all happening, I want to check the bulletin board.
Okay.
And I'm
Salt,
just going to wait until something happens and I'll let you know.
Okay. Salt, you go over there. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Ooh, 18.
18. Sounds good. We'll come to that then. If you said you're mostly just looking, waiting for something to happen, or are you actively looking for quests?
Nope. I'm just, I'm making it look like I'm actively looking for quests.
Gotcha. Salt, you go over there and stand and do kind of the keep nodding your head up and down as if you're taking a good hard look at everything. The keys float over to Zania and Summer, having 2 room keys. Just 3rd floor is all we got available. Gets drafty at night. I'd close the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Thank you.
What time is it, Ryan?
Sun has just set, so it's maybe about 7 or 8 o'clock here. Sun set a few hours ago back in Ashburn.
So it's like dinner.
Yeah, a little bit past. You can definitely get some food.
Do you guys want to feed Penguin? I feel I kind of just want to go to bed.
Yeah, you know what? I can handle everything. You can just lay down. I'll take Penguin. I'll try to get food for us too, and I think you should just relax.
Salt, I'm going upstairs. And I throw him the hat. And I just go up to the room.
So it flies over and just, you grab it, still kind of looking up at the quest board at the moment.
And then I'll talk to the barkeep. Can we get 4 plates and a side of fish?
Yeah. What plates? Just 4 plates and then fish.
Sorry. What food do you serve here? I don't know if you can tell, but we've never been here before, area-wise.
Started to get that. Yeah, we got pork mostly. We got some fish here. We got it in from White Sand. Well, it's just cod. It's nothing great.
That'll do. We'll take, Teen doesn't eat, but she's gonna get it anyways for him just to feel included. 4 porks and a fish.
Right. Just get you some cutlets and, looking skinny. Get you a potato in there.
Oh, thanks.
She, walks towards the back. You hear her scream back there, very much akin to diner speak. Take me 4 slices of pig and get a spud on there. As she walks back over, which is, yeah, I mean, that's very, not even very diner speak, but she says a better version of it than that. Before she walks back over, she says, just take a seat. We'll be out soon.
Thank you.
While she's doing that, Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
I will check a couple of the quests and then pop the quest that's in my pocket onto the board as
Great.
stealthily as I can.
Okay. You had an 18 on perception, correct?
I did.
Okay. As far as, are you looking for high or low skull amounts?
No, I'm going to put the one from Ashburn onto the
Okay,
board.
you said you were checked. I got it. Okay, so yeah, you sneak the Ashburn one up there, straighten it before you walk back over to Team and Zinnia as Summer begins walking up the stairs to go to bed into her room. Your rooms. Okay, Zinnia, Team. Salt, what are you doing?
I will head back up to my to hang out with my sister.
You see Summer heading up the stairs that are off into the corner of the room as you walk by. Summer, the stairs very creaky as you go up, even with your light ratfolk weight. It's as you're taking each step on there, going up from one floor to the next. Once you get past the second floor where there's the stone walls, you start to get to the wooden walls on the outside. There's some kind of plaster board, the equivalent of the time, like limestone plaster that's on the inside there, keeping the cold out, but it's very thin walls up at the top. Before you get to, there are maybe about 7 or 8 rooms up here based on the size of this place and how many rooms there are on this third floor. They're small rooms. As you find the room that's kind of connected to the key number that you go unlock the door, the rooms here are barely bigger than the 2 beds that are in there. It's basically a little 3-foot wide hallway that leads to where suddenly there's a bed on your left and a bed on your right in here. There's one nightstand between the 2 of them there, no closet or anything to place anything in there. So you close the door behind you. It's got just a regular kind of deadbolt latch. It slides so easily, and looking at it, familiar with breaking into places with salt and stuff before, you could see there are scratch marks all across the inside of the bolt action as if people have broken in here before. Zinnia, team, what are you all doing?
I'm gonna sit at a table, kind of just sit there awkwardly twiddling my thumbs, kind of.
That's funny. I was gonna do the same thing.
We've spent too much time together, team.
Yeah, we just both awkwardly just like
Staring at the table, admiring the twist of the knots in the wood while waiting for our food to come.
not saying a word to each other.
Zinnia and team flipping their fingers kind of back and forth there. Before the woman with the kind of long, very, very straight hair goes around the back and comes out with what looked to be fried pork cutlets, kind of breaded over with thick breadcrumbs, and a baked potato with a little slab of butter on the top of them. A very, very hearty meal as she lays it out on the table. She says, "Where'd your other folks go? Because this obviously ain't for you." She says to team, not in a rude way, but in a, like, you're not going to eat this. And here's your fish.
Just quickly, Ryan.
Yep.
When I was on my way up, quickly mentioned to Jackie and Drew, I looked up at my sister and went, "We're going to need 7 ales, and I'll take care of my sister." And then I went up.
Okay, I would have ordered the 7 ales then.
Okay. Yeah, next, for sure. If you need to do something like that, interrupt me. That way we make sure that happens. Yeah,
Cool.
you've ordered 7 ales then. I will say at this time also 7 ales come out.
He likes to enjoy the food anyways, and I don't want him to sit there awkwardly without a plate, so
Fair enough.
thanks.
She kind of looks.
How much was it?
How long have you been a member?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Oh. She puts her coins back in her purse. Cool. Thanks.
She heads back behind the bar, continuing to clean the glasses from the day's drinks. As a few other men from outside in kind of similar garb to what you saw the guards were in, those kind of military cuts, come and sit down at the bar in their half plate there, begin ordering drinks. She does seem to charge them coin. For Zania team, you sit here with this food between you all. Summer and Salt, what are you doing up in the rooms?
I would probably start to try to stack it and carry the most I can to bring it to Salt and Summer.
Okay, sounds good.
So it doesn't get cold or warm, depending on the food item.
Gotcha.
I, of
So,
course, would help.
okay, so we'll say that you grab all the different foods and ales as best you can. You just stack the plates on each other. It doesn't matter. There's nothing mushy that can't really stack on it. For team, you grab as much of the ales as you can, several on each arm. It's easy for you. You just slide your bony arm right through the actual handles of the mugs there. It's like we're holding them on a rack as you both begin walking up the stairs. Before they get there, Summer, Salt, what are you two doing?
I initiate cuddly punching bag and let Summer let out everything she needs to let out. Because we've been here before.
I don't know why, when we finally think that we have a family, everyone just decides to like leave. I mean, like, what is it? What are we not lovable to people? I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, of course, yes. His brother, who is like we know dead, finding that body is super important. I mean, I do know that, right? I know that he has to find the body, but like, he was meant to teach me.
It looks like he's already taught you really well.
But like, just yesterday. I only did it yesterday. I don't know what I'm doing.
But how many days does a Von Trapp need to know everything?
Yeah, that's true. We are pretty smart.
We are. Super smart.
I guess we were right. We only need just me and you, right? We don't need anyone else.
Sometimes Penguin, but only sometimes.
Yeah.
We should probably pull him out too, I guess. He's going to want to have a breath.
Yeah, and pull Penguin out of the hat.
As you do so, you hear a knock on the room as Penguin gets out, like, "Oi!" Zania and team, you open the door with the food and the ale. He says, "See this? This is good to take me out for dinner time." So he puts the cinnamon stick on the side. He says, "Is that? I assume the fish is for me."
I grab the food and
You know
drinks and then nod my head at Zania and team and then close the door.
All right, yeah, I'll nod my head to team as well. Like, time to get out of here.
You leave them in the room to eat for a bit. Several ales for all the Von Trapp folk, Penguin including, and Zania and team, you head over to your room onto the other side there. It's just right across the hallway, and so you're not very far from each other at all as you turn your key. Zania, you try and put the key in, however, it seems to jam on the lock there before you pull it out, trying to figure out what's going on as you turn the handle. It seems to have a busted lock and be unlocked in its current state as you put the key back on its holder. As you open the door, you, team, go in seeing a similar sight, very, very small room, close the door behind you. You look to the locking mechanism and try to turn it, but it's very, very stuck, doesn't really want to budge.
I'm gonna probably just sit on the floor with the food and start to eat, and with my mouth full, just be like, I'll handle it after the food. I don't have the energy right now to exchange
Just
rooms.
gonna flop on the bed, get Ada out, and go into the meditative state.
Team doesn't say a word. Zania also, in a sense of just, it's been a long, rough day for everyone. As Team flops on the bed, Atta comes out and curls up like a kitten next to Team, sitting there on the bed. Team, an audible as his bony head hits the back of the wooden wall to the side there. Before Team, you hear kind of a pound as if somebody's hitting the wall back, telling you don't do that, from the other room on the side there, before you just lose yourself in the meditative state. Zania, you're in the room alone there with 2 pork cutlets, double baked potatoes. You're pretty hungry though. Leon and big appetite as you scarf them down before feeling extremely full, sipping your ale kind of alone in the room to your thoughts before. Is there anything else that you're doing before sleep hits you?
Jackie and Zania got lost in thought because the last time we ate food in the Red Wagon Inn room, Robert knocked the fuck out. So she'll kind of just like have food in her mouth and pause for a second and then bring herself back, and she's probably going to take the plates down and tell them about the busted lock and get that handled. And
You head on down, say, after you're done with your food, bring the plates down. You're like, the room that we paid in, we paid very, not paid, but the room that we're staying in, the locks doesn't even work. She's like, do you know a locksmith? Because if you do, great. If not, I don't really know what to tell you.
no, I mean, do you have any other rooms?
Yeah, there's one more. It's, the beds aren't made, but if you want to go to the one next door, I can give you that one.
Yeah, I'll take unmade beds over safety any day.
She pulls out another key, flips it over to you as you grab it out, handing her back the key basically being useful, handing it back to her before you head back upstairs. She does, as you were leaving, she says, thanks for bringing the plates.
Problem.
Her kind of like saying this seems to be out of character, like people don't normally do that, as so she begins taking the plates back to the other part of the kitchen. You walk back up to the room, open the door to where Team is. Do you wake him up? Wake.
I don't want to. Part of me just wants to pick him up and put him down, but I don't know if he'd like that. I would wake him up. It's for the better and safety of us.
Team, you're suddenly kind of startled out of your state before you see Zania there. Again, you're awake and ready to go. You don't have to have the sleep. Where Zania tells you, like, I got a room with a lock. Come over here.
Team will get up.
You head on out over to the room off to the side. It's just a little bit of ways from Summer and Salt before you open it up. Same thing. It just looks like somebody slept in here the previous night. It's not that big a deal as you close the door. This time, able to lock it on the inside.
This time, Team's gonna set Otta on the floor and then just face plant into the bed and go back into the meditative state.
You don't even know that you know that Team can't sleep. You've never seen him rest in this kind of manner before. So Zania, you're kind of like, yeah, me too, buddy. As Team goes into his meditative state. Anything you're doing?
Nothing, just locking the door, trying to put the nightstand against it to protect just in case, close the windows, and stare at the ceiling and try to fall asleep.
Zania, sleep kind of catches you as you lay down instinctually as the cat, your legs kind of curl up as you fall asleep there on the bed. Summer and Salt, anything you're wanting to do before the night?
I'm trying to entertain my sister with some amusing anecdotes while we're drinking. Things like, remember the time when we juggled someone's eye, and remember the time when Von Cool got yeeted into a tree, and just the typical stuff of getting drunk.
Hey, whoa. Why are you telling her horror stories before bed? I have nightmares.
I'm sure Von Cool's caught on that Bree's in it. That Summer's in a moment.
Oh, yeah, it was so fun flying. Oh, man, it's just what a bird wants.
Summer's gonna probably drink too much and be like, yeah, those were the good times, right? We had it sorted out. We had it exactly where we had to be. We had the penguin and the two of us, and that's all we need, and we don't need none of this extra the stuff that's going on. It's just like whisper,
Yeah,
whisper,
yeah.
whisper, lies,
Some more
lies,
good
lies,
times.
rumors. It's just garbage.
Good times, as he holds up a mug of ale and half of a fish still as he's been biting it off the bone.
And I'll
Good times,
pat
good
her
times.
head until she falls asleep in my lap.
The Von Trapp says that Summer keeps kind of like, yeah, we just do it. We're good on. We're good on. For yes. Summer falls asleep on your lap, Salt, as you stroke her hair, sitting there on the bed as your sister. It's had a long time, and you've had to kind of help her through this. You know, this is hard for her.
My tail hits the floor a couple of times really hard. And then that's it.
Salt also falls asleep there as the next morning you all are awoken to the sound. Boom, boom. Oh, you said that was it.
Oh,
Are you done?
I was going to suggest do we wrap up, but I guess you got something extra to go.
This
Leave
is
us on a cliffhanger,
This
Ryan.
is the wrap up as you hear boom, boom, very echoing church bells. You almost feel the vibrations kind of echo through you. You can hear as one bell chimes boom, 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 across this whole town. These bells all chime so early, Summer, as you have had a lot to drink the night before. But this somewhat tradition in this town seems to have interrupted your sleep and woken you up fairly early. Team Zania, you also awake to a start at this bell, looking outside as the sun is barely up now. The sky red and blue as you look out your small window there before closing it back, as that is a good place to stop for the night. We will pause it there. And we will go on to do our last giveaway of the Hedron Rockworks Red Wagon Inn specific D20, which looks so dope with a big red R on it. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure you do your exclamation point LUD to make sure that you are entered into the giveaway, because it is an absolute beaut, and team has been rolling fantastically with it tonight. So it's already charged and ready to go for you.
Get your entry in.
All right.
You didn't die. Woo.
I didn't die.
We
was
died a
told-
little inside.
I
Ryan, what are you
Died
talking about?
inside.
Part of our souls died.
Ryan, I was totally expecting, as the sun rises over, you see a green dragon coming with it. And that's where we end tonight's episode.
No.
I'll
I'll
start
start
it
it that
that
way
way.
next week. Don't worry about that.
You really wanted Robert to just not be involved in the next few episodes, didn't you? Because you were like, I'll fight Keynak.
Look,
I'll go
Robert
look
would
for
fight to
Robert."
defend your honor, but Robert has said since the beginning he needs to search for his brother's body, and if you're going to
He did
leave
say that.
town and not deal with things here, he's got to stay for just a little bit.
He did say
Yeah.
that.
Oh, also, Aurora Anima's dice that she's sending me are going to be here soon, so I get some dice for Aurora Anima. Woo.
Yeah.
Yay! All right, friends, we are closing this the entries, so get them exclamation point LUDs in. Get it in. Make
If you
sure that
haven't
you
done
have.
so, make
Make
sure
sure that
you
you're
do.
following, because if you're not following, then it won't register and give you a ticket. No one's won yet. We haven't drawn it.
Yeah, people are asking whose one hasn't been done yet. But if you want to, maybe just a few more seconds, get it in. People should have had time, and then we will do the giveaway, and we will see everybody next week. So, Bree, if you could close it.
Here we go. Enter means closing. And our winner is
Who do we got tonight?
Meowzap77.
Meowzap?
Hey, it's Meowzap. Awesome. Good for them.
Nice.
Has Meowzap won before?
Nah.
Have they?
No?
I don't remember if they have or haven't, but congratulations, Meowzap. Either way, you get the awesome Red Wagon Inn D20, which is great. I'm so happy for them. I know.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah,
We're so active
And-
tonight, too, so congrats.
yeah,
Yeah.
well
I
deserved.
think one last thing before we leave. You don't have to tell them what it is, Ryan, but boy, do we have a surprise for next week.
Oh boy, do we. We have a special guest star, and of course I'm going to tell them who it is. Jakey Boy's coming on next week. We got ourselves another guest, which is
We told
perfect as we're
you.
in a new location.
Oh,
We told you it was happening. We told you we'd get you that Jakey goodness.
Whoop, whoop. Also, the blind musk groove
Feels
moose says
rigged.
feels rigged, but Chi-Chi. What? Dang it, that guy who constantly is on here and watches every week one.
If it was
Arr.
rigged, we'd be winning it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would love
Jakey
to
boy
keep
did
this
win.
dice.
Yeah.
Last week we would take the rigged accusations a little bit more
absolutely. Fair enough.
seriously. That was insane. But Meowsap fairly. I mean, so did last. Jake also fairly won fairly.
Yeah.
Like we didn't rig it.
Nope, rigged last week. Coming out now.
We didn't have a pre-signed NDA or anything. Though.
Yeah.
No, that's not how we got him to come on. Oh wow! The more I say, the more it sounds worse.
Everybody, good night.
I'm gonna stop.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Right.
Thanks for watching.
Fantastic. Make sure we'll catch you next week. And you can be sure if Jakey Boy is going to be on, I'm going to put him through hell. So make sure that we have a good time next week and everybody show up to wish him a good time. Have a fantastic night, everybody. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
No, your stupid hands.
Oh my god.